This is Phyllis Wheatley, right? She has a everybody know Phyllis Wheatley. She was born 1753, died December 5th, 1784. Born in West Africa, most likely in present day Gambia or Senegal. See, a lot of people forget that when we left those places, they really wasn't. It wasn't the. They didn't have the boundaries they have. They necessarily didn't have the names, right? Yeah, Bostonian. They didn't have the names. So, like they said, present day Gambia, Senegal. So she wrote a poem about on being brought from Africa to America. See, we have the history. All through history, we have it where we talked about this. We talked about all of it. Right? She says, "'Twas mercy brought me from the pagan land, taught me, benighted soul, to understand that there's a God and there's a Savior too. Once our redemption neither sought nor knew, some view our sable race with scornful eye. Their color is a diabolical dye. Remember, Christian Negroes, black as Cain, may be refined and join the angelic train." That's Phyllis Wheatley on being brought from Africa to America. What year was that? Yeah, she died 1784. But for some reason, when we ask these other people, like Moors, these Indians, the Aboriginals, Hebrews, we ask them, can you show us people in history who says the things that you say? Right? Can we? And that alone starts an argument. They won't even answer that for us. What they do, they want to move the goalposts, ask us a million questions instead of just getting directly to it. Right? Paul Cuffey, everybody knows Paul Cuffey. January 17th, he was born 1759, died September 7th, 1817, in the state of Massachusetts. So what we're looking at is a petition for relief from taxation, March 14th, 1780. Petition for poor Negroes and mulattoes. So what this say? It says that we, being chiefly of African extract. I mean, we being chiefly of African extract, and by reason of long bondage and hard slavery, we have been deprived of enjoying the profits of our labor for the advantage of inheriting estates from our parents. Talking about generational wealth. Uh, Advantage of inheriting an estate from our parents, as our neighbors, the white people, do, having some of us not long enjoyed our own freedom. So yeah, we see people again continuing this history that we talk about today in 2024. Right? Paul Covey was a free man. He went from uh, coming from a parent who was enslaved to being a big businessman. Would have been worth millions in today's money. He was able to bring some people back home to Africa. Right? So it's not a sad story. It's a story of triumph. Right? We made it. Nigga, we made it. So, like I said, we deal with the primaries. The history is here. This is it right here. Close up. We see March 14th, 1780. We see right here the petition of several poor Negroes and mulattoes who inhabitants of the town of Dartmouth, um, something, something, that we being chiefly of African extract and by reason of long bondage and hard slavery, we have been deprived of enjoying the profits of our labors, right? Or inheriting the estates from our parents. We have the continuous history. Where's the Abo history? Where's the Moor history? Where's this Israelite history? in America that they be talking about everybody is. We never see it. We never see it. Right? And this is their signatures on the back. You know, people like to ask, well, did they sign it? Did they sign it? Yeah, they signed it. You see John Cuffey, Paul Cuffey's brother. We see Paul Cuffey here and some other people. Yeah, they signed it. All right, so we just go on a little timeline. Something that these other groups can't do, especially Aboriginals. They cannot give you a timeline. They can't give you people who talked about this. It's something they can't do. On April 12th, 1787, Richard Allen and Absalom Jones founded the Free African Society in Philadelphia to be multi-denominational, mutual aid organization for free people so that they could gather strength and develop leaders in the community. Allen and Jones were both religious leaders and formerly enslaved men who had purchased their freedom before moving to Philadelphia, where they met and found common cause. Right? Absalom Jones was born 1746. Richard Allen, 1760, both in Delaware. And this is the preamble of the Free African Society. Like today, for most of the people in the chat, you're not going to see nothing new. But what we're doing is we're putting it together, right? Right. We talk about it, but they need to see it. And can they match it? I don't think they can. They don't have anybody outside of the 2000s unless they go into York or Dr. York, if that's who they want to use. But really talking this Aboriginal stuff. And one person with a group of, how many people he had is not enough. We could literally do this all day. So it says, whereas Absalom Jones and Richard Allen, two men of the African race, who, for their religious life and conversation, have obtained a good report among men. These persons, from a love to the people of their complexion, whom they beheld with sorrow because of their irreligious and uncivilized state, often commune together upon this painful, important subject in order to form some kind of religious society. But there being too few to be found under the like concern. So he's saying, listen, we can't all agree on this religious society. And those who were different in the religious settlements, with the circumstances they labored for some time till it was proposed after a serious communication of sentiments that a society should be formed without regard to religious tenets. So we're going to do it without religion, provided the person lived an orderly and sober life in order to support one another in sickness and for the benefit of their widows and fatherless children. Right? They're coming together. This is a mutual aid society. They're going to work together for the greater good. Sounds like Pan Africanism to me. Right? We have more people talking about it. We have the famous Venture Smith, birth name, Rotier Furio. I don't know how to pronounce it. 1729, 1805. He was born in a place he calls Dunkadara in Guinea, a term that at the time referred to much of West Africa. Right? And he just says, I was born in Dunkadara in Guinea about the year 1729. My father's name was Sogun Furia, prince of the tribe of Dunkandara. Right? His book is titled Narrative of the Life and Adventures of Venture, a native of Africa, but resident about 60 years in the United States of America. I just want to know what other groups have a history like this. Our history is never forgotten. I don't know who even says that. Oh, we forgot it. No, we never forgot it. There's nothing to forget. It's literally written down every step of the way. By us, might I add. Or some sort of participation. We got Peter Williams Jr., born in Jersey. right? He was an abolitionist who also supported free black immigration to Haiti, the black republic that had achieved independence in 1804 in the Caribbean. In the 1820s and 1830s, he strongly opposed the American Colonization Society. Efforts to relocate free blacks to the colony of Liberia and West Africa. He wasn't with it, right? They had their reasons because they wasn't ready to be fooled. Like, nah, you trying to get rid of the free people so you can keep your hold on slavery stronger. In 1827, he was a co-founder of the Freeman's Journal, the first African American owned and operated newspaper in the United States. 1827. What? I thought you said slaves can't read. It was against the law. Who was reading it? Black people, because we could read, right? And this is what he wrote. It's an oration on the abolition of the slave trade delivered in the African church in the city of New York, January 1st, 1808, by Peter Williams Jr., a descendant of Africa. Where are the Aboriginal? Where are these black Indians at? Where their history at? Who are their ancestors? Who are they civil rights leaders? Who was their teachers? Who was their lawyers? Hmm? Anybody know? Anybody? Because everybody been asking the Abos for a long time. Yo, give us the history, man. Give us the history. They're gonna run to the Book of Atlantis, Land of Mu. Tell us some shit that don't exist, or take us 10,000 years ago to some mounds that they ain't got nothing to do with. Nothing to do with. Where is the history? I just want to know. So here's a couple things out of here. Page 11, it says, but to us, Africans and descendants of Africans, this period is deeply interesting. We have sensibly felt the sad effects of this abominable traffic. And he's talking about the slave trade, the abolishment of the slave trade in 1808. It has made, if not ourselves, our forefathers and kinsmen, its unhappy victim. There's a black man talking about him, his forefathers being unhappy victims of this slave trade. Not talking about white people, none of that. But we only get this because what? We fought to be free, right? So we get this history, right? We get this powerful speech because we never gave up. That's why we're here today. And pronounced on them and their posterity the sentence of perpetual slavery. Like I said, that's on page 11 in this book, right? And he gives a little history of how it happened. Mutual agreements were then made. The Europeans were to supply Africans with those gaudy trifles, those little like shiny things, little gifts, which so strongly affected them, and the Africans in return were to grant the Europeans their prisoners of war and convicts as slaves. On page 15 in this book. Again, where's their history? Jackie Brown, where's this Aboriginal history? Do you got some names for us? No, Jackie Brown, we could read. I don't know what you're talking about. Not proving anything other than what we've been telling you. All through history, you will find us talking about what happened at the time, after the time. You will hear about it, right? I started in the 1500s. Right now, we're in 1808. See, look, she's pushing this. Oh, slaves couldn't read bullshit. So what was Nat Turner doing when he was preaching from the Bible? He could read. Plenty of them could read. I don't know where you're getting this from. I don't know where you're getting this from. So what we talking about? The abolition of the slave trade, right? 1808. So this is an article from the Evening Post, July 21st, 1808, page 2. The African school celebrating the end of the slave trade. At the African school, they're celebrating the end of the slave trade. It says the people of color are requested to attend a general meeting at the African schoolroom on Friday evening, June 22nd at 7 o'clock, in order to make arrangements for celebrating the abolition of the slave trade. It's July 18th. Paper came out the 21st. They wrote this on the 18th. Like I said, you're going to see us talking about this stuff. I don't know what Jackie Brown's talking about. I want to see who's y'all Aboriginal leaders. Who? We don't see it. Ogun, peace, peace. King Kapala, peace. Does anybody know? It's like, where's Waldo? Where's the Abo history? Talking about we can't read. Just crazy. Again, the Free African School celebrating the abolition of the slave trade, 1808. Right? So this is a poem. This is called The Sorrows of Yamba, or The Negro Woman's Lamentation. Right? This is in 1819. It says The Sorrows of Yamba. In St. Lucia, distant isles, still with Africa's love I burn. Parted many a thousands of miles, never, never to return. So we're writing poems about this. Women, men, like she said, still with Africa's love I burn, parted many a thousand miles, never, never to return. Come con death and give me rest. Yamba has no friend but thee. Thou can't ease my throbbing breast. Thou can't set the prisoner free. Down my cheeks the tears are dripping. Broken is my heart with grief. Mangled my poor flesh with whipping, with whipping come con death and bring relief. Born on Africa's golden coast, once I was blessed. Once I was as blessed as you. Parents tender, I could boast. Husband dear and children too. But she's saying, listen, I had all the things you had. Right? She's just reminiscing about being in Africa. Had a family. The whitey man, he came from far, sailing o'er the briny flood, who, with help of British tar, buys up human flesh and blood. With the baby at my breast, other two were sleeping by. In my hut I sat at rest, with no thought of danger nigh. From the bush, at eventide, rushed the fierce man stealing crew, seized the children by my side, seized the wretched Yamba too. This is in 1819. So you see us talking about these tragic things. And Jackie Brown, yes, you can go back. I did a couple of things on Nat Turner. I did I ain't gonna say the whole second round, but about 80% of the second round was based on Nat Turner, his trial, and I even brought up his descendants. He had descendants. Did you know that? So yeah, he was real. I don't even know how you can even dare to prove. I dare to even say some shit like, "Oh, can I prove Nat Turner?" What? Yes, yes, it's been proven. He has living, breathing descendants today. What type of silly question is that? I need everybody to share the video, like the video. All right, we talking about Black history. Who do we say we are? As we can see so far, we're up in 1819. We started in the 1500s. We definitely there's a theme here. We said we came from Africa. There's no ifs, ands, but about it. Here we have David Ruggles, born in Connecticut, March 15th, 1810. Died December 16th, 1849. And this is one of my favorite people, right? Is one of my favorite people. David Ruggles was an African American abolitionist writer, publisher, and a courageous voice of Black freedom. We need a David Ruggles movie. That's what we need. He assisted hundreds escaping slavery and mentored future abolitionists such as Frederick Douglass, Sojourner Truth, and William Cooper Neal. We definitely need a David Ruggles movie. Oh, the last one with the black people owned white slaves in America. That second round, I went into the Nat Turner revolt, the court case, the list of all the white people killed, the trials where they talk about how they're on trial for killing white people, um, because the claim was that, like Jackie Brown's going with, you can't prove if he's real. And what A1 was trying to say was, well, if he is real, he was hired to kill black slave owners, right? So I just dismantled that in the second round of my last debate I had. So, yeah. By the early 1830s, Ruggles became involved in the growing anti-slavery movement in New York, advocating for practical abolitionism, arguing that abolitionists should not just philosophize about the day slavery would end, but strive to help all victims of human bondage. He also advocated the use of civil disobedience and self-defense. He was with them hands. No ifs, ands, but about it. He was with those hands. We need a movie about him. I'm telling you, the beginning scene should be him and like 10 other black men walking up on the boat, just checking them white boys. Like, you sure you ain't got nothing you supposed to have on this boat? Right? Remember, he used to run up on the ships, making sure there wasn't no slaves in it in New York. That would be crazy. So David Ruggles, right? In 1828, opened a grocery shop. Ruggles Grocery Shop at 1 Cortlandt Street was also a circulating library and reading room for African Americans who were denied access to New York's public libraries. His was the nation's first black-owned bookstore. David Ruggles owned the first black-owned bookstore. And there, Ruggles sold anti-slavery publications until it was destroyed by a mob. Between 1838 and 1841, he wrote, printed, and published the first journal edited by an African American. That was called the Mirror of Liberty. David Ruggles was a visible conductor of the Underground Railroad and helped at least 600 enslaved people to freedom, including Frederick Douglass. Ruggles was also a founder of the New York Committee of Vigilance, which fought against the practice of kidnapping free blacks in New York, as well as fugitive African Americans and legally selling them into slavery in the South. Ruggles would openly confront kidnappers, slave catchers, and the Vigilance Committee offered their victims legal assistance. This is the NAACP before there was an NAACP. They was with them hands. Ruggles himself experienced at least one such attempt kidnapping. They tried to kidnap him and sell him into slavery. Right. So where's the Abos that was fighting? Oh yeah, I forgot. Nothing never happened to them. Nothing happened to no other group. Look, now Harriet Tubman ain't real. Rosa Parks story is fake. Yo, do this in March. Don't do this in February. Let's not do this month. Right? Harriet Tubman. What? David Ruggles helps escape slave and he's put on trial. He gets arrested for this. The slave case. Um, from New York Express of yesterday, Mr. Barney, of course. the individual charged with receiving the money stolen from Mr. J.P. Dog by his slave Tom Hughes and of aiding in the escape of the felon was yesterday brought for examination and declined answering any questions. Listen, I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. He was required to give bail in the sum of 5,000 for his appearance for trial. We ain't saying nothing. A colored man named David Ruggles was yesterday arrested on the charge of aiding in the escape of concealment of the Negro Tom. So he's also charged with the Negro Tom. The examination of Ruggles was began about 2 o'clock in the afternoon and was not brought to a close till about 9 in the evening. They was interrogating this man for 7 hours. David Ruggles on examination stated that his age was 29. He resided at 36 Lispinard Street, born in Lyme, Connecticut, is the editor of the Mirror of Liberty, and declines answering any questions relative to the slave Tom or his acknowledgement of his concealment. Listen, I plead the fifth. I don't know no Tom. I don't know where he's at. For 7 hours. We ain't giving you nothing. Oh yeah, this is crazy. She gives no evidence. She just makes the claim. But Jackie Brown, you're really a religious one. You believe in all this other stuff that lines up right with the Bible, but you just say you don't believe in it. We don't believe you. Ruggles was required to find bail in 3,000 for his appearance for trial and complying with which he was liberated. So he paid his bail and got out. Right? So we could see this happening. Right? You got the free, you got the enslaved. You got the free blacks helping the enslaved blacks, whether they got to break crimes or not. Right? This is our history. I don't know what them Abos be talking about. I don't know what the Moors be talking about. Them Indians, I don't know what they talking about. They want to try to act like these things wasn't happening. It's documented. We have it. No, Jackie, you're boring. Henry Highland Garnett. You should learn something. Get your pen and paper out. Right? He was born in Maryland. Look, this is the black Americans y'all talking about. Where's y'all Abos at? You couldn't make a list of Abos. If you tried. You couldn't. She ain't gonna hit the link. She ain't gonna hit the link. It's coming soon. The link will be out there in about 10 minutes. I got a couple more slides, maybe less than that. She ain't gonna hit the link. Who's Henry Highland Garnett? Born 1815, died 1882. Maryland. Was an African American abolitionist, minister, educator, and orator, having escaped as a child from slavery in Maryland with his family. We have a survivor of the Maafa. On Sunday, February 12, 1865, he delivered a sermon in the U.S. House of Representatives, the first colored man who has on any occasion spoken in our national capital on the occasion of the Congress passage on January 31st of the 13th Amendment, ending slavery. So he's the first colored man to speak at the House of Representatives, 1865. Where's the Aboriginal? Right? And this is his speech. They turned into a book. Right? It's called Garnett's Memorial Discourse. Introduction by James McCune Smith. Right? So we linked in. We got the first doctor. His ancestors did not come over in the Mayflower, nor the land at Plymouth Rock, nor kiss the Blarney Stone of the Pilgrim's father. On the contrary, his grandfather was stolen by slave traders from the coast of Africa, survived the horrors of the Middle Passage on a ship doubtless owned in Bristol or Boston, landed on the James River, and was thence transferred to to the state of Colonel William Spencer at Newmarket, doomed to perpetual slavery, himself and his heirs forever. Page 17 from the introduction made by Dr. James McCune Smith. So this is James McCune Smith giving the introduction about Henry Highland Garnet, saying his grandparents was from Africa. This isn't new. This Abos stuff is new. This is why you can't get nothing out of them. Any conversation you have with an Abo, you're gonna argue. You're gonna argue. Smith was the first African American to receive a medical degree, then opened the first black pharmacy. That's Dr. James McCune Smith. You got history everywhere. Where's the Abo pharmacy? Where's the who? Jackie Brown, tell us who was the first Aboriginal doctor? Or give us any Aboriginal doctor, please. Anyone. So it says, "Go to the shores of the land of my forefathers." This is Henry Highland Garnet talking. Go to the shores of the land of my forefathers, poor bleeding Africa, which, although she has been ravaged, reaved and robbed for centuries, is nevertheless beloved by all her worthy descendants wherever dispersed. Even back then, he knows the history, but what he said, he still loves Africa. Always gonna love it. This is 1865. Here you go, Jackie. Harriet Tubman's parents, pure African blood, is from the Richmond Weekly, Palladium, March 23rd, 1869, page 1. Jackie Brown could never cite her source. What does it say? So this actually comes from an article where they're talking about a book that was written about Harriet Tubman in 1869. So this is what they said. Miss Harriet Tubman was born the year 1820 in Dorchester County on the eastern shores of Maryland, and not far from the town of Cambridge. Not a drop of white blood flows in her veins. Her parents are both pure-blooded African, and they still live at the advanced age of 98, as near as can be estimated from certain records. And though thus aged and living out beyond the toll gate on the South Street Road, Auburn, New York, they walk in every Sunday, more than a mile to the Central Church. So they 98 years old, Africans walking to the church. After service, they go to a class meeting at the Methodist Church, then wait for the third service, and after that, start for home. See, even church was long back then. It was all day long. Mic check, mic check. Peace, peace, peace. How I sound, y'all? I sound all right? Word, but yeah, the Abos could never do this. Never in a million years. They could never show you a list of Aboriginals in history. It's just that simple. All right, I'm good. Peace, Ramon. Yo, peace to the chat. Man. Also, yeah, peace to Lim and peace to Tunde for the super chats. Definitely appreciate y'all. Definitely appreciate y'all. Yeah, I ain't go live in like a month, but yeah, I'm here. My bad, y'all. You know, life be happening. But yeah, look, Lim was there. So I proposed this question to the Aboriginals before. Like, I mean, the whole time I've been around, I've been bringing this question up. And it's basically like, where are y'all Aboriginals at in history? Y'all didn't write nothing? Because the Black Americans wrote the whole time we was writing. We had our own newspapers, right? We was out there giving speeches, doing all types of stuff, writing letters to each other, doing all this while the Aboriginals were sitting there. They couldn't read, couldn't write. They just passing things down word of mouth. Like we wasn't playing a telephone game in elementary school, right? You start with a message in the front of the class. By the time we get to the back of the class, the message is all messed up. But they expect us to believe that their grandmother getting 1,000-year-old history and got it all correct. Meanwhile, they lying on grandma because grandma told them, we know for a fact that she said we got Indian in us. She didn't say we was the Indians. She didn't say we was the first to be here. She didn't say that we didn't cross over the land bridge. Grandma ain't say none of that bullshit that these dudes is running with. Word, grandma said, like, knock it off, man. Like, if they really had some history, they would have things like this. This is my second great grandmother, Annie Elizabeth Phillips. Let me see. Let's get a bigger picture of her. It's my second great grandmother, Annie Phillips. Right. This is my father's line. My father's mother's mother. Yep. Right. So let me show y'all something. Right. They always talk about, oh, we have powwows, family reunions, this and that. Right. So this is from a family reunion in 1986. Cuffy family reunion. I know y'all heard me talk about the Cuffys plenty of times. Right. So this is the Cuffys starting from William Henry Cuffy and Annie, the lady I just showed you. Right. Helena, that's where I come from. Helena, she had a daughter named Dolores, who had my father, who had me. Right. So we got the Cuffy family reunion. And I wish I had a better picture of this, but we could read some of it. Right. So this is in 1986. This is what my family is talking about. Well, part of my family is talking about. Like I said, this is my father's mother's line. It says, this is an exciting day for the Cuffy family. Most of us have not been together for many years, and some of us are meeting for the very first time. We hope this day will be the start of many more years to come and will serve as a source for us to stay together, to keep in contact, and to help one another as we used to many years ago. It all started with Annie Elizabeth Phillips. Remember, that's the lady I just showed you. Born 1872 in Stony Brook, New York. Annie's mother was a full-blooded Shinnecock Indian. Her father was Narragansett Indian and black. So there we go. We have a distinction between black and Indian. In 1986, my family was not confused about was Indians and black people the same. Absolutely not. After a brief marriage and one child, Pearl, she met William Henry Cuffy, who was born in 1872 on the Shinnecock Indian Reservation in Southampton, New York. William's mother was Shinnecock Indian, and his father was Shinnecock Indian and English. It cuts off right there, but so you see, there's no confusion between Indian and black. Right? How come they don't have these things documented? So, like I said, if it was true in your family, you would have a history of it. Y'all have no history of it. Y'all just lying to yourselves. Y'all lying to everybody on YouTube. This shit is just sad. It's real sad. Like, what are y'all doing out there, man? Right? Even Smoke admitted how you can't find no Abos in history, man. That shit is made up, man. I put the link in the chat. Anybody want to jump on and pin it? What else I wanted to show y'all? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Diddy must be an Abo. Diddy definitely must be an Abo. If Smoke their last hope, they're in trouble. Facts. So another cool thing that we had going on was Ancestry did an update. So if you took an Ancestry DNA test and you haven't been on there in a while, go look at it. Go see the update. Go check it out. It says your DNA results with more detail than ever. Now we got even more places around the world to help you discover where you're from. This update adds 24 new regions in Europe, Asia, and Africa, combining regions and journeys. That's 3,000 plus places around the world where your ancestry DNA results could come from. All right, see the latest ancestral regions and journeys using an interactive map below. So now we can see Africa, they got 449 regions and communities. America, 406. They say, oh, they're not testing people in America. They don't. Yes, they are. And they want to say they're testing the wrong people. Well, the people that they're testing in America have been, um, some of those same people have been tested to ancient bones found here, and they don't got to be too ancient, just pre-Columbian bones, and they're matching right along with them. They got the same haplogroups, they're in the same area, you know. 24 regions you can call home with the latest update. We really just concerned with Africa. 8 new regions of Africa: Benin, Togo, Yoruba land, Central West Africa, Central Nigeria, North Central Nigeria, Western Bantu, Twa. A more detailed picture of where your ancestors may have lived. Subregions are a new feature we're releasing with this update. They could lead you to a deeper understanding of your origins with more insight into specific places within Europe. You might have connections. Okay. New insight to help deepen cultural connection. Uncover new insights with ethnic groups in Africa, ancestral regions. Explore your connections to different ethnic groups. Learn about their daily lives and delve into their history and culture as told by the communities themselves. All right. Let's watch this little.
The next step is to understand the ancestral regions and percentages in those markers. To calculate your results, we first need to recognize and identify the patterns of DNA linked to a particular region or population. To do this, we group together DNA samples from people with long family histories in particular parts of the world. Each of these forms a reference group for. As more people take the Ancestry DNA test and science progresses, we can provide a higher level of precision in your ancestral regions. And for 2024, we have some exciting updates to share. We've added 5 new regions in Europe. In West Africa, we've added 6 new regions. And in Central Africa, we've added 2. We've added 3 new regions in West Asia. And in South and Southeast Asia, we've added 8 new regions. Even if you don't see one of these new regions, your results could be even more precise than they were before. For example, we've made big improvements for the people who have roots in Africa, including information about ethnic groups, complete with videos, photos, and more, that will allow people with DNA from those regions to explore what life is currently like there. We are also announcing 54 subregions in Europe. Subregions have added granularity to your results with smaller, more specific areas within a region. These subregions will show a moderate, strong, or very strong connection strength to the area, as well as any DNA matches from the subregion. With this latest update, Ancestry now offers 107 global ancestral regions and more than 2,900 ancestral journeys, for a total of over 3,000 places around the world that your DNA could connect you to. As we add new regions to Ancestry DNA, more people are able to expand their family stories with fascinating new details. When you open up your Ancestry DNA results, you might be amazed by how much we can tell you just from your DNA. But how exactly do we figure out those percentages for so many places around the world? First, we analyze the DNA in your saliva sample, and then look at around 300,000 specific markers to determine your ancestral regions and percentages. Nearly everyone has a different set of markers. That's what makes you uniquely you. The next step is to understand the ancestral regions and percentages in those markers. To calculate your results, we first need to recognize and identify the patterns of DNA linked to a particular region or population. To do this, we group together DNA samples from people with long family histories in particular parts of the world. Each of these forms a reference group for a given population. Next, we divide your DNA into over 1,000 different sections. Then we compare each section to each of our reference groups. If our section is most similar to our Ireland reference group, it is labeled as Ireland. If it is most similar to Japan, it gets labeled Japan. We repeat this with each of your DNA sections, and then total them up. If 30% of your DNA looks like the DNA of people with a long history in a particular region, then your results will show that. Because your ancestors didn't always stay in one place, some of your results could be closer to where the DNA originated and not where your family lived. It may sound simple, but it is a very involved process that relies on cutting-edge science. We keep adding to our reference panel and optimizing the algorithm we use to compare your DNA to our reference groups, allowing us to add more ancestral regions and leading to improved precision in your results over time. DNA science is always evolving, so remember to look at your latest Ancestry DNA results whenever we make an update.
So yeah, they got a new update, right? Remember, this is something that Ancestry wasn't doing before. They would just give you basically a country. Now they're actually giving you the ethnic groups or the tribes, which is pretty dope. 23andMe, they started doing that, but they only had, basically like the popular ones. Some of these ones in on Ancestry, I never even heard of some of these. Right, so this is one of my ethnic groups, Benin and Togo. Right, so let's just go through this. Our Benin and Togo region centers around. Make sure. I thought I was muted. I'm good. Centers around the Dahomey Gap, a strip of savanna that divides the region, otherwise humid rainforest into. The area has been home to both vast kingdoms and societies. Dozens of ethnic groups that live here include the Iwe, the Gun, and the Wemi, as well as the arrival of French and British colonizers, has shaped the region's society and culture. Food staples such as yams, cassava, and fish, and art forms including wooden sculptures and colorful kente cloth remain emblematic of this part of West Africa. So it says, where do people with this region live? Benin, Togo, also found in Burkina Faso, Ghana, Ivory Coast, Nigeria. All right, so that's like in the video what they was talking about, how you could have, say they give you Benin, but these people they're from Benin, but they could be living here today, like Burkina Faso, Ghana, Ivory Coast, Nigeria, because people move around. Right. Ethnic groups of Benin and Togo. It says you share DNA. You share DNA with at least one person in our reference panel who comes from a group below. You may be connected to one or more of these groups, right? Yeah, so here I have a couple listed. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 9 different ethnic groups that they connect me to. This is just from this area. So when they keep trying to say, well, what part of Africa are you from? Like what? It's a bunch of different places. We are a mixture of Africans. That's just how it is. Some more than others, some less than others. Right? That's just how it is. When we was brought over here, they didn't separate us. They just bunched us up together. It says the Aja, also the Aja, who are said to number over 1 million people living primarily in Benin and Togo. Oral tradition maintains that the Aja people split into separate groups following a dispute among 3 ruling brothers, and went on to found some of West Africa's most influential kingdoms. Many Aja practice voodoo, known as voodoo in English, and blend these practices such as ancestor veneration and belief in spirits inhabiting the natural world with elements of Islam and Christianity. Most speak the Aja language along with French. the most widely spoken European language in the region, and may speak other indigenous languages as well. Says about 1.2 speaker population, primary language, like they said, Aja, Benin, places, southeastern Togo, southwestern Benin, language classifications, Niger Congo, Atlantic Congo, Vodou, Congo, Kiwa, Left Bank, Gib, and Aja. So, like I said, they give us way more details, right? Right? They give you videos, right, with these stories, spiritual beliefs, voodoo. Let's go to Aja origins. See what they talk about. In town, many of them left the group. Those remaining came to settle here in Shadow. When they came here, they were two tribes left from Oyo. The ancestors of Aja people was Togbi Agni, and the ancestors of the Iwi was Togbi Agakoli. It's good, Sean. They both came to settle here a long time. Then after some conflicts, Togo Oki decided to continue the journey, but Togo Agni decided to stay in Tado with the Aja people. Togo Agakoli left with the Iwi and later settled. So this is the main place where it's only like a minute video. It's short. But they got a bunch of these stories for these different ethnic groups. What's good, Sean? Long time no see.
Yeah, man, I had to hop on here, man. Make sure this was you, bro.
You said what?
I had to hop on here to make sure this was you.
Word.
Make sure this wasn't a pre-recorded. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah, we here now. We are here. We live. Look at Vino in the chat. 9 different ethnic groups from Benin. Just because you don't like it, that don't mean it's not true, brother. Like they brains.
Vino trying to argue, bro.
I don't know how he could. I don't know how he could, man. We got the Fawn, the Gun, the Iwi, Jen, Tori, Waki, Yoruba and Benin and Togo.
That's why they say Nigerians is the biggest population of enslavement, because all of them different tribes come up out of Nigeria.
Hey, so what you saying? That you from 9 different tribes when you say that?
More than 9. More than 9.
Hello?
What you think? Hold on. What you think a tribe is, bro? What you think a tribe is?
He fell off. He'll probably be back.
He fell off?
Yeah. He'll be back.
I just want to get his understanding of what he think a tribe is. If he think that, if he can define it, or if he understands it, because that right there is gonna tell you if he knows. You know what I'm saying?
He back.
Let's work. Yeah. So Vino, do you know what a tribe is?
No, I was just listening to him, and he said he was connected to, I guess, to 9 different type of families over there or something.
Right. Different tribes. So do you know what a tribe is?
Yeah, that's a group of people.
A group of people?
Yeah, a tribe is a group of people, right?
Do you want to get you a better understanding of it, or you just sticking to a group of people?
It's a group of people that do a certain thing. They got a certain culture.
Are you
They got a certain color. I mean,
Hold hold on. So now to see you got your screen, right? Can you open up another tab? Just get us a cultural anthropologic definition, or just put in in Google, type in definition of a tribe. Let's get a basic one, because I was gonna have you go to cultural anthropology and I'll have them define it, or anthropology, and get the definition. Can you hear me okay?
Mhm. I
All
hear
right.
you. I mean,
All right, what you got?
if we just start in the dictionary, tribe, a social division in traditional society consisting of families or communities linked by social, economic, religious, or blood ties with a common culture and dialect, typically having a recognized leader. Biology, a taxonomy category that ranks above genus and below family or subfamily, usually ending in, well, we don't need that one, but we know the first one is what is being applied to this.
All right. So real quick, Vino, are you not connected to many different tribes?
Nah, the only tribe niggas know is the tribes over here. You know, niggas don't know about no tribes
All
in
right. No,
Africa.
no, no, no. I'm talking about over here where you are right now. Would you be associated with or be connected to different tribes?
Yeah, I'll be associated with the Seminoles.
Pause. You ain't understanding what I'm saying. So let me be a little bit more clear. Basically, what I'm about to make this easy for you to understand. Your family, right? Your mother and father had kids, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, your mother, father, and those kids, and then your parents, right? Put them together. That will formulate a tribe, because y'all do shit different than your cousins. You got cousins, don't you?
Right.
Okay, but they're related to you, but they're your cousins, and they got that same group
Okay,
amongst
so
themselves.
basically what y'all saying is
Themselves,
that,
themselves, and their parents. Hold on, let me break it down so you get it. So they got the same dynamic, right? We basically just explained to you. But then your cousins got cousins, and you got other cousins that ain't related to your other cousins.
okay, so
But
that's
some
what
kind
y'all,
of way they connected to you. But
so that's what, so that's what
hold
I'm,
on, hold on. Let me add the extra piece. But those cousins live on the east side of town. You on the south side of town, and then you got family on the north side of town and the west side of town. Those dynamics make them different tribes. And then other
so,
pieces of that, because there may be different practices and understandings and then all of that stuff. But genetically speaking, only genetically speaking, and I'm talking about your biological makeup, y'all are related. Y'all are kinfolk. Did you catch that?
okay, yeah, okay, so you basically saying that these 9 different tribes is basically just one family. So, so it's not a coincidence when you bringing up all them different areas, and it's ranging from that whole span. I mean, that whole area span. Is that where you saying that, but that whole area is one family?
He's not saying that per se.
Yeah,
What he's saying what
in a sense, so it's like this, right? Those different tribes are all connected to Benin and Togo. You get that part?
Yeah, so they all just one family. So the Bean is one family, and
I mean, they're all
the Togo is just one family, or they all just
no,
one
they're
family.
coming from Benin. They're coming from Benin, bro.
right? So their markers match Benin. Within the country of Benin and Togo, there are different groups of people who also,
And
but these
subgroups.
people, yeah, subgroups. but they do share a generic similarity in being from Benin and Togo.
Culture too. That's why you see the same, damn near the same type of culture among them different types of groups in West Africa.
Right?
And they might have some
Yeah, but
different.
that
Their
culture
language
is
will come from the same language family, even if they have different dialects, right? Or even a name for the language, because it's usually named after the people group or whatever. But they can still talk to each other.
do you see that culture in the history in America?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's what they brought with them off them ships, bro.
There's a whole book called Africanisms in American Culture. You should get it. I keep trying to show y'all this shit, but
Yo, what's up? Sean, not a coincidence, Vino.
it did so.
What's up?
What's up,
Listen,
Disto?
Oh, we
I,
got
I have one simple, straightforward question for
I'm
any
gonna be
out
quiet
there.
because Disto here.
Yeah, I'm gonna be very
He want that
simple.
Vino smoke.
I'm gonna pose the first question. I'm gonna forget all the noise. And the first question in this land that we know as Western Hemisphere, America, aka Americas, whatever term you're using, but specifically this. I don't want to know about Africa or Asia or Europe or etc. I want to focus here. Prior to the arrival of the Europeans, how many different tribes, civilizations, nomad organizations, etc., were here? And again, prior to the arrival of Europeans.
Well, there was two different races.
Two different races?
Yeah,
Really?
two different races
What,
that made up many tribes.
what geographical location in this Western Hemisphere are you referring that there were two quote unquote races?
Yes, but then
Where? My first question was where?
starting in the central, with the South being a different race from the people from the North.
Central, South, where specifically geographically in the Western Hemisphere in this area are you referring to?
Well, I'm saying that Mexico is kind of splitting it up.
How is Mexico splitting it up?
I'm saying that's the area. That's
Okay,
the area where it kind of splits it a little bit.
hold on. So let's talk in modern terms so we can understand each other. Western Hemisphere is the area that is comprised from the current modern day country Argentina up to all the way to what is currently a territorial state of United States, Alaska. So if we look at it in the modern sense, how many countries are there here in America?
I mean, it's different countries, but what I'm saying is, uh, before this so-called place was discovered, or before it was the New World, uh, it was two different races, and it was kind of mixed in the central, but it was a different people coming from the north than the people coming from the south.
Question number one. Well, to respond the question I gave, modern day Western Hemisphere, there are 35 nations, independent nations. And there's well over 20, 22 different territorials. Just for example, Puerto Rico being a territory of the United States, that is not an independent nation. Okay? So, understanding this modern distribution of it, let's go back way back before the Europeans arrived here. So, you're saying that there were two, and I quote unquote that term, races. Who were those two quote unquote races? What were their names? What were their cultures? What were their languages, etc.?
It was the Tayas and the Mayas.
The who and the Mayas?
It was the Tayas and the Mayas.
Uh-huh. So you're forgetting about the Mexica, for example, being a different a different ethnical group in that very similar area of the Mayans. Or how about AKA badly called the Incas, way south on Peru, or the Nagobulgue, or the Arawaks in the Caribbean? How did you define that there was only two quote unquote races before the Europeans arrived here?
Because that's what they said, but just like I say, in the central, it's kind of mixed.
Wait, hold on, real quick, y'all. Vino, who's they said? Who said that?
As far as the first explorers that kind of was in that area,
Like who?
you got like let me see.
Now you said first explorer, so we talking about first.
You talking about Diego, Nikusha, or the dude that got there before Balboa that was kind of going up there to the north.
So
Panama.
Him saying it, not somebody saying he said it. Him saying it.
Yeah, I'm saying that this is what they was talking about. This is what they was talking about during that time when those people was exploring those areas.
So where can I find you said?
So before we do that, real quickly,
hold on. He got a source. He has to. He has the source there.
No, I know, but I was.
And then no, he could just tell me where, and I'll go look for it. Y'all can continue the conversation. Where can I find who you said his name was? Saying it. I just want to go look for it.
Well, I don't know his name exactly, but I can always bring the source and bring the exact.
Yeah, bring the exact.
Is in it, bring the exact bullseye. But yeah, that's what they were saying, and just like I was telling you, and just like I was telling you back, whenever they did find Mexico City, whenever Cortez was doing his expedition within that area, his guide that he came across was basically African from Spain, and they couldn't tell the difference between him and the natives from that area. So that is definitely
two different things. Now you're saying that Africans look like the natives, and you also said it was two different races.
Yeah, I'm saying it's two different races. I'm saying that
hold on, you couldn't source up the first thing. Don't go on to something else now.
No, I'm not. It's all about the same. It's like I was saying, we're talking about the central area. So this is where they were saying where basically it was the Tayas and the Mayas. And basically the Tayas was basically the people coming from the north. Then was the people, basically kind of like what y'all would call is the Mongoloids.
Oh, come on, you got to give me something. Who said that?
Man, I ain't, this ain't Peter Pan, man. Everything I'm saying.
Hey, what's a Mongoloid?
I guess what they saying is somebody that came from Asia.
So you don't know.
Okay. So if I may, let me get back in there real quickly. Hey, V-Note, could you look at the screen? I'm sharing something right now.
I got you.
Okay. So you're saying that there was only two quote unquote races, following what the invaders were reporting at the at that period that they were exploring and invading this continent in that sense. However, evidence A tells us Caral, America's oldest city. The cluster of valleys on the banks of the Super River in the north-central coastal region of Peru, known as the Norte Chico, stands out among other geographical areas for the number, size, and complexity of its early monumental ancient human settlements. It is witness to extraordinary past. Its early urban centers include Banduria, 4000 to 2000 BCE, Aspero, 3700 to 2500 BCE, and Caral, also referred as Caral Supe, between 3500 to 2000 BCE. So, bringing this evidence, could you please tell me of these two so-called races that you quoted, were there prior to the Caral, or were there a little after the Caral, or during the Caral, for example? Could we establish, a simple question here?
Yeah,
One,
okay. Let me go on and answer. It been two races here before Europeans got here.
There was no race is a social construct, so it couldn't have been two races, son.
It
And you
was
don't
it
have
was
evidence. You don't have evidence of such.
yeah, it was two different races. It
How do
definitely
you prove
it
that?
definitely
How do you prove
wasn't
that it was?
She left her child and
where
everything.
How do you prove
thankful,
that there was two?
thankful that the Yale and the Harvard
Vino, one simple
professors
question.
was to be able to, was able to bring back a lot of the temples, to be able to depict the people back then within the ancient times, to be able to show a depiction of what the people have looked like, and the people definitely don't look like, I guess, what you would call a Mongoloid.
Okay, so quick question, Vino. What is the difference between the term race, quote unquote, and the term ethnical group or tribal group?
I don't know the exact terms difference, but I do know that as far as the race, we talking
Don't just
about,
say you don't know.
yeah.
Stick to where you
When
started.
I say
Just say you
race,
don't know.
we talking about two different people. They saying that it's two different people.
Okay. Who is saying? Who is they? I just want to know. I'm sorry. I ain't trying to butt in too much, but I want to know who they are. Because every time the onus is put on a group of people or someone else that we never discover. So who is them and they? You keep saying there was two groups of people. Who said that there was two groups of people? How did you distinguish that? What genetic evidence, what biological evidence, what physical evidence do you have of two people being in the Americas, bro?
Yeah, they going off what they seen from their eyes, and
Who's going off what they seen from their eyes? Who?
The Europeans.
the Spanish conquistadors.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so real quickly, Vino, the evidence I brought in regards of the Caral Supe in Peru has shown that your conclusion of two so-called races was incorrect. There was a third one in Peru, way older than those ones in the northern Mesoamerican region
Okay,
that
so
you're
what you
referring
saying that there
to.
was some? Okay, so what you saying there was some white people over here?
Yeah, he's inaccurate.
No, I never said that. Because we're not discussing. See, the difference between the term race and the term ethnical group, tribal.
I never said nothing about ethnical groups. Never
Okay,
said nothing about
hold on.
tribals. I said race.
Okay, race, the term itself is only utilized for a phenotypical or an appearance categorization. So it, based on how race has been utilized, it's just a phenotypical or an appearance categorization based on absolutely nothing more than the appearance of groups of people.
Okay,
It is often
I'm gonna say the
confabulated.
races. I'm gonna just we ain't even gonna dance around it. It was niggas and it was mongoloids over here.
Wrong, because
Yeah, I disagree too.
let me bring this up, and I'm going descriptive right now. Please share the screen if possible. All right, this is our Merriam-Webster dictionary. Race or races. 1A, any of one of the groups that humans are often divided into based on physical traits regarded as common among people of shared ancestry. So if we look at the definitions into that, for example, Title 7 of the Civil Rights Act of 64 United States Code, it gave us a more modern sense of that. So there is a clear confabulation of terms. There's no such thing as a human races or division of human races, because at the end we are all Homo sapiens sapiens. But there's a clear subdivision of groups of people that either behave on a tribal or any civilization form of organization that ranges from different ways that they organized. And if we, and I'm going to do it right here. Hold on. Ethnicity. There we go. All right. If I look at the word ethnicity or ethnical, hold on. Ethnical. I think it's like that. Hold on. Let me look at the spelling. There we go. There we go. Ethnicity. I was spelling it wrong. Sorry, my bad on that. Okay, here we go. Got it. I'm gonna be sharing it real quickly. Sorry about that. All right, I'm sharing it right now from the same Webster dictionary. Okay, same Webster is telling us race. The word race refers to the group of or groups that you may identify with having a similar physical traits. Again, we see the repetition of that idea of physical terms. And if we go back, if we go forward, the history and meaning of ethnicity. The request for your ethnicity is to learn what group of people you identify with according common racial, national, tribal, religious, linguistic, or cultural origin or background. I would simply eliminate racial because it's by the confabulation between the term racial and ethnical, it's an oxymoron in itself. So I hope you understand what oxymoron means. So are we clear with these definitions? Yes or no? Are we clear?
Nah, just like I say, when it was niggas and it was mongoloids running through Americas, and they was kind of
No,
mixing
it wasn't, man. Why you keep saying that?
and within the central, within that central area. But yeah, but it was
So
also
you don't care
what
for
was going on.
Hold on, real quick, yeah. Vino, was you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Hold on, because Lotus been sitting over here quiet, patiently, waiting. He said we scared of him. Lotus, you got something to add to the conversation they're having right now?
Yeah, I would like to say that it was no Mongolians over here until the 19th century, trans-Pacific slave trade, just like basically no Plains Indians and no woodland Indians over here till the 19th century. Trans-Pacific slave trade and Dayhurst colony, all those other stories, I don't know what these people are talking about. About being mongoloids over here 1,000 years ago or something like that. Nah, that's not what I'm finding. That's just my opinion, and my opinion has been shared. Can I get a Hail
There we
Mega?
go with the opinion, bro. The opinion. Where's the this dude?
okay, so interesting. But let me bring this back here real quickly. Vino, what I hear from you is that you don't give a damn about an exhaustive analysis or just learning in regards of the terms you're utilizing. And first, the term you're using,
I'm
Mongol.
taking in all that, but you not taking in the fact that Negroes at one time all across the world was just considered slave property. So a lot of things that about about the past with Negroes and kind of what was going on with their people, a lot of that is gone
Okay, so
in a lot of different areas of the world. In some
so
areas of the world, it's still a lot of good history. In some areas, it's done.
so first, you have not been able to respond in a thorough fashion. What were the populations here in the Western Hemisphere as defined as the modern day countries of Argentina up to the territorial United States Alaska? That's including the country Canada, plus the Caribbean. And yes, I can add, because of the closeness of that landmass, Greenland, which is closer to us than it is to Europe. However,
Okay, well, I'm gonna respond with this. Since you're talking about Argentina. I'm gonna go in and bring up the people from the Fregro area. You know what I'm saying? The savages from the Fregro area in South, down there by Antarctica. If you want to talk about the Central, I'm gonna bring up the Mayans.
okay,
If you want to talk about North America, I'm gonna bring up the Southeast where they got the Black Warriors at.
could you tell me a name or two of indigenous populations in Argentina?
You say what?
Could you tell me a name or two of indigenous people of Argentina?
Well, they coming from the
I'm asking for a
they
name.
kind of coming from the
I'm
south.
asking.
Yeah. The name is it's Fugro or something like that. Fuega.
No, the three main groups in that South Cone prior to the arrival of the Europeans
Or was the
were
niggas down there?
the Tehuelche, the Mapuches, and they were also known um, as the Texhuelche. Those
Was
three
the
groups.
niggas down there?
Okay, hold on. So here's the thing: you were unable to tell me three groups, and I'm actually putting the name of two
But
right
one
now.
group of niggas that was down there.
Hold
One
on,
group. The
hold on.
savages, Fugro, whatever the fuck that shit called. Fuega. Some spell like that.
Fuego. You're saying fire in Spanish.
Yeah, they down there.
And the name of that area of the southern cone is Tierra del Fuego, or land of fire.
They
So
was down there.
you're not mentioning a group, but you're mentioning a geographical location under a modern name.
Mentioned in the group down
That is
there.
not the original name.
Well,
I
them was
just
the niggas that was down there. They
I
wasn't
just
brought
published
here.
on the chat two names of
I'm saying they
groups of
wasn't. I'm
indigenous.
saying the niggas that's down there wasn't brought here on no slave ships.
Okay, so you again, I told you two names: Mapuches y Tehuelches. I just published the names on the chat here. People can go and look for them and read on their own on their own way. But again, so I just proven that your hypothesis that there were two quote unquote races is unfounded. That there were many groups throughout the whole region, that you're focusing only on the aka Maya culture is not because of knowledge, but because of what you've heard, and that you're giving more credit. You're giving more credit
Nothing I
to
heard, man. Nah, man, we gotta look at it, man. Ain't nothing I heard, man. We can't look at somebody black and know that they not a
no.
Mexican.
Again.
We can
Your
look at
problem.
somebody black and know that they not a Chinese.
Your
We
problem
can look at somebody black and know that they not
Vino. Your problem
from
American.
is
England.
that you're using a modern term definition of
Yeah,
groups
I
of
am.
people
I
to
am. It's
apply to the
2024.
past.
It's
No,
2024, and I'm going back, and I'm also seeing what they was calling the people during that time. What they was calling people during that time was what I'm giving you.
okay. Vino, again, you are arbitrarily deciding to utilize modern terminology to refer to populations prior to the Europeans, and then use that that
Ain't no term. I'm going
census
with the people. The people
again.
look like it.
No,
The
no,
people
no.
still look the
Again,
same. Chinese people
you know,
from back in the 1500s still look the same in 2024.
see,
Niggas still look the same in 1500 and 2024. Uh, Niggas still look the same around here, man. It's all good now. It's a little bit of mixing.
no,
It's a little bit of mixing, but them peoples. I mean, niggas are still running around this motherfucker.
again. One, the main question of this conversation was what were the populations prior to the arrival of Europeans here in the Western Hemisphere, which we define from the countries of Argentina up to, well, Canada, Alaska, and
Now
including
you
Greenland.
asking for a number population. So now you asking
No, no.
for. Now you asking me for a number of
I
the people.
haven't changed my
I'm just
question at
you
all.
going into way too many different directions, man. I'm
No,
telling you that the people was already here. They got they was writing about the people. They got pictures of the people. It's drawings. It's
All right,
everything
hold
that's
on. See,
already here from the
look.
ancient
Every time
times.
we get to that, and then we
Just
ask
being
you who.
here.
Hold on. Every time we get to that, you keep saying they. We ask you who, and it's I forgot, or I'm
No,
a.
I ain't never forgot nothing. I always
No,
bring everything. Don't do that.
No, because the original question was so you supposed to show
The
us
original question
the
was
person.
about the Tayas and the Mayas.
Hold on. You supposed to show us the person who said that it was two races of people here. And then when I asked you his name and what's the book, I was gonna look for it myself. What'd you say? Oh, I forgot his name. That's exactly what happened.
Because I ain't got it just on hand like that.
Okay, so
Niggas
now
can
we're
dig and go
back to
get
the
it.
point. You keep saying they. You have to provide the they, bro. You have to provide the they. You can't just keep saying they was saying this. They was saying you
Why
can't.
can't why what's up with y'all just talking?
okay,
I
so
can't talk what I know.
No, we want to know where you getting this shit from.
Okay, I'm
so
gonna
We
come with
talk.
the
We tell you
details.
who,
I'm gonna
where,
come with
when,
the
why,
details.
and
Hold on.
how.
I was just chopping up. I'm gonna come with the facts. I'll put it in the back.
hold on before you do that, Vino. One, I haven't changed the original question. I consider that not a coincidence, and even Sean P. or many who have heard me right now can testify to the fact. I maintain one simple question: who were the people who were here prior to the arrival of Europeans? Your first, hold on, don't
It
interrupt.
was niggas
Hold
and
on, don't interrupt.
mongoloids. That's what
Again,
it wasn't just no mongoloids over
Vino,
here.
Vino, I'm gonna ask
It
you to
wasn't
give me
people that just look like I guess so called look like you.
again,
That ain't what
Vino,
was going on.
Vino. I'm
And
gonna
y'all need
ask
to
you
stop saying that, not a
no
coincidence.
again, Vino. See,
Stop
this is what
all
you
that.
do. This is what you do. You interrupt when the point gets hit hard. The fact of the matter is your
Nah, I'm
definitions.
interrupted because it takes me
Again,
10
Vino.
minutes to say some
Okay,
simple shit.
Vino,
And I ain't got
Vino,
time for that.
Vino, Vino. You have no respect. I've given you the chance to express yourself without interrupting you. I have given you the chance to try to question your expositions, and yet you find it in yourself to disrespect me and then function like an asshole in every sense of the word because you are incapable.
Let's step back for a second. We don't need to. Let's keep it on the information.
Yeah. So,
Chill out. We know you can't show us who, where, when, why.
I always do. Every time I do, I shut down the show.
No.
Every time I do, nigga, you log off, nigga, start playing video games. It get crazy around here.
Hold on. Why? See, look, now you interrupted me. I'm the one that's gonna let you talk, bro. So where we at? Do you have anything to provide your to back up your claim that there was two races of people here? And what's the names you said?
Well, every time I done came, I done brought that.
Now we ain't talking about every time. We talking about this.
Okay, let me just backtrack on what I done brought to be, you know what I'm saying? So the people that don't really know what's going on, they'll be able to know what I'm talking about. So when I done brought, because we didn't have this question before, so I done brought to the platform where people are saying in Hispaniola in 1498 that the black men had already been to the island before the Europeans even got there. Then I also got it established
Oh, who said that?
I also got it
No,
established.
hold on. Who said that?
Hold on. I also got it established.
No. This is right there. It proves
Bro, I done already brought that
hold
book in
on.
the
Okay,
pages.
look. This is the
We
problem.
already got past it. I'm just giving the audience a rundown of what I'm fixing to get into right now, what I'm bringing to next, because it's more
Nah, hold on.
limited information
Hold up.
that's it.
Let him
You
cook.
know,
Let him
this,
cook.
this this is the issue. The source you brought was never from. It was never from the people who you said it. It's somebody saying they said it, and when we try to get down to the primary where he got it from, we never get to it.
And just one quick question: why does Vino and many of the Avos only give credit to the European as long as that those documents of that European confirms their own
Because this is
bias?
the language that we speak in over here right now. This is
I
the
get my
language that we
information
speak.
from Native Americans.
Yeah,
I
but
take my sources from native population, American, Central, South, and as well as North. I take my sources from academic investigations of universities of each of the countries. I never pay attention to your fucking Europeans. I don't give a damn what they were saying 300 years ago.
And
It's a fun. It's a fun. Fun
I'm saying,
note.
why would I care about what
that's
anybody
kind of
tell
hypocritical, though.
in Central America when y'all was down there burning nigga shit? I'm not giving niggas they propers. And then on top of that, when nigga shit was found down there, y'all tried to just disregard it. So
So
all your
you're
scholars and all them niggas that saying anything, I don't respect none of them niggas.
so you're willingly moving the goalpost, but you're not answering the fundamental
I don't
question.
respect none of your scholars because they hate
Again,
niggas. And you
again,
like they hate niggas too.
again.
And I'm gonna
When
keep
I'm
putting the
speaking,
facts in your face.
when I'm speaking about the academic and
Oh,
scholars, I'm
good
referring to
spicy.
those people who are indigenous as well as Afro descendants who have gone through the grind of the academic and have become archaeologists, have become anthropologists who have investigated this. So these are people in different countries in Colombia, Costa Rica, Panama, and so on, who are no longer Europeans or
Fuck
nothing in that
them
sense.
people you talking
All
about.
of,
I'm talking
Vino,
about the people that was writing down shit that was there. Or
okay.
they
So
read notes, or they read notes from people that was there at the time and they translating it. That's where I'm getting all my information from.
yeah, and we know that you prefer giving or taking your information from those who invaded us than those of us who remained here and have studied our own realities. That then you base your whole sense. And again,
And I'm one
we
of the people. I'm studying my own
not a
reality
coincidence.
also.
Could you mute because he's interrupting me every 2 seconds because he has no respect. He has no no control over his childish behavior.
I don't even know why you here.
Okay, V note again. The initial question was prior arrival to Europeans, who were the indigenous populations, and I specified which areas of this continent we're referring to. So I specified from Argentina all the way up to modern day Alaska, plus Caribbean, and yes, I added into Greenland. You have not been able to define anything. You arbitrarily said that there were only two quote unquote races. But I've proven you wrong just by bringing the Caral or even bringing the Mapuches or bringing the
So you
Nahuatl.
telling me that it was so you telling me that there was some white people over here also, right?
I never said that.
So
When have
what's this
I?
so
Why
what's this
are you jumping to that
so when if
conclusion?
it's three races, it's the Mongoloids, the niggas, and what else?
Again, I am not accepting your term Mongoloid because the actual term is Mongolian.
Mongolian, okay,
Okay.
Mongolian niggas, and what else?
No, again, I'm not accepting neither the term niggers nor mongoloids that you have utilized. Those terms mean absolutely nothing to me. It
Okay, all
means
right,
it,
man.
it, it only means that
Childish, man.
you
Just
have no,
answer the question. Let's get to that third race. What's the third
Hey,
race?
when y'all ready for that smoke, I got y'all. I just be
again.
sitting here waiting.
I'm gonna let you go, and Anuki, because I'm gonna challenge
Oh, you
other
gonna run?
authors who have
Yeah, man,
serious.
because
No,
man,
I'm
I'm
gonna
just
Oh,
I'm
we
gonna
gonna
have
not
to
stay
busting
go.
out
here.
the books. You gonna
I'm
run
just gonna
now?
have to go on and
No,
go do
I'm
whatever
gonna
I'm
stay.
doing,
I'm gonna
man.
stay
You know what
right
I'm saying? I
here.
just want to pop
What
up real
happens?
quick.
What
Y'all
happens
sit down
is
and have a. Oh, you got it.
Vino is disrespectful. He's clearly functioning under the Dunning-Kruger effect. He's a bad faith debater. He has no will to debate in a more ample sense. His terminologies of race is just a stupidity that has no base on
I
anything
came with
whatsoever.
all documents
His
every time I come.
his
Y'all
trust
cutting me off. I'm letting the people know what I done brought. I
no
done brought to
again
the table
again
that the black man already been in
again
Hispaniola before Europeans got there. I brought to the
Look,
table
again
that Balboa have found Negroes in Panama. I brought to the table that Sir Francis Drake found those same niggas in their area, and they said and this was
again
1572, and they said they already been there for 80 years doing whatever they doing. Two nations going east and west. I didn't already said that as, as far as the Mayas, as far as the Yucatans look like the guy that Cortez was using when he found Mexico City. So I already establishing
you have not established
was
anything.
already found over here.
You're lying though.
You have not established anything. I broke down your so-called pseudo arguments. You've stuck yourself on terminology that means absolutely nothing. You quote only anything. Your quotes are anything from 11500s, late 11500s, from the Europeans, but you have nothing in regards of prior 11500s or 1500s. Not only that, but
That's where I got the Lafragra people from, or Lafragra people from, the niggas that's down there in South America. I mean, down at the bottom of Chile and Argentina, and these is niggas.
Again, I asked you to at least mention two ethnical groups of indigenous people in the Argentina region, and you just went and said
I was
Fuego.
going to put that in the air, but y'all got
I
it.
told you, I already brought up the names Mapuche and Tehuelche. You did not even were able to mention any indigenous populations.
Man, those names, man, they made those names up in the 19th century.
Hold on, we got smoke signal on the panel also. Smoke, what up?
What it do?
Salute. Man, I just came to hand my guy Vino the shovel so we can go and bury this dumbass mestizo, bro. Don't bury this man. Stop playing with the food, bro. Say your grace and go on devour this clown. Y'all
smoke.
Hold on, Ditto. Why you gotta come up here calling people names, man? Why you gotta do that?
I'm calling him exactly what he is. That's not a name.
That's
just
at the end.
Are you accusing me of making up the name mestizo?
You said clown.
Doesn't mestizo apply to a particular demographic of people, brother? And doesn't he fit that particular description?
Yes or no? Call him a clown? Why'd you call him a clown?
No, that's fine. Not a coincidence. Hold on.
Smoke.
Hey, Smoke.
He's behaving like someone who has been trained in the circus.
Smoke. It's simple. Okay, now that I have you here, I'm going to challenge you 1v1. To the first initial question, the same question I posed to V-Note. Prior to the arrival of Europeans, what were the indigenous populations in the Western Hemisphere defined as from the modern day countries of Argentina all the way up to today Alaska, and including Greenland? That is also including Central America and Caribbean. That's my first initial question. My second initial question would be, when were those populations of modern men here?
Hold on, yeah, just do one at a time.
One question.
I'm not going for your sorcery, my nigga. One question at a time.
All right,
step by step.
Chill, Smoke. I just told him that. Chill out. Let him ask the question now.
First question. Could you please say, prior to the arrival of the Europeans in the Western Hemisphere, aka America, aka the countries.
Ask the question, bro. Stop beating around the bush.
Okay. Simple as that. What were the populations of indigenous people prior to the arrival of Europeans in either North, Central, South, and Caribbean in this in this context? What? Give me names, ethnical groups, etc.
Indians.
Ooh, take that.
Next question.
Wrong.
Next question.
Wrong. You have not provided any sense. Indians does not mean anything,
brother. Hey,
No.
I answered your question.
Hold
You
on,
didn't
hold
receive
on,
the
hold on.
answer. Next question, bro.
Hold on, real quick. I thought that the people in America wasn't called Indians until Europeans came here. So how could they be called Indians prior?
It don't matter what they was called, brother.
But
Right?
that
It
was
don't
his
matter what
question.
they was called. It don't matter what they're called now, right? They're still the same people. You say Indian, you say Negro, you say Aboriginal, you say some goofy ass supposed to be indigenous word. It's still the same people.
Okay,
Nothing's gonna
so
change that fact.
Hold
No
on.
name or title that you put on the Americans are gonna change them from being American. Next question, bro.
Got you.
You
All right.
got smoked.
Ditto. He doesn't know. He doesn't
Bingo.
know. Just go to the
Yeah.
next question. He doesn't
Hold
know.
on. Before I go to the next question, I want to comment on this.
Right.
So, Smoke, you are not willing to have that particular conversation, and you synthesize everything in an absurd term of Indians. So you're not willing to have the academic conversation or the analysis in regard to who were and
Man,
what
if you
were the
gonna ask a
population.
question to what? I don't got time for
Okay,
no
again.
quasi ass.
So,
I don't have time
so,
for a
so,
quasi ass. I do not have time for a quasi reprimand, my nigga. Ask
okay,
the next
again,
question, bro.
again, again.
Ask the next question.
So you are just somebody who doesn't even know how to answer that question in an honest and
No.
non-bad faith
You
way.
don't know how to
You
ask.
are.
Hey, you don't know. You don't know how to ask a decent question, right?
I asked a decent question.
You
Who
try
were
to
the
put
All
all
right,
people?
all
these.
right. Come
You
on, the
try to
back
put
and
all
forth.
these.
Let's go
You
to
try to
the
put
next
all
question.
these strange ass
Because Ditto,
excerpts
you
into
gotta
a
know
basic
when you
ass
gotta
question.
win. You
Ask
gotta know
me.
when you
Okay,
gotta
Hey
win.
man,
Hold on,
stop
Smoke.
protecting this
I get
nigga,
it. I get
bro.
it.
Smoke, hold
Let
on,
this
Smoke.
mestizo fight. Let him fight. He want to fight. Let him
Hold
fight.
on. I'm trying to set up the parameters. Let's go. So, Ditto, you gotta know when you win. If he's him
Yeah.
not answering is you winning. Just point out he didn't answer. Go to the next question. You don't even
Okay.
gotta do all that.
Next question. When was the first time that modern humans, aka Homo sapiens sapiens sapiens, arrived to this Western Hemisphere? Could you please provide a date, anthropological, archaeological evidence in regards of the presence of modern humans here, or a specific date as to when were modern humans here?
Neither you or I can answer that question, brother. Nobody knows. Nobody knows when modern humans first arrived in America. And if you ask me, they never arrived. They were always here. Next question.
You got smoked again. Damn.
And another question unanswered. He does not want to answer that. Okay.
Well, hold
So,
on. See, Ditto, you gotta listen. He said that they was always here. That's his answer. Make him prove that. Well, why do you think
I was
that?
about to go on that one.
Find
So,
out why he thinks.
uh-huh. So you're saying that we were always here. Uh-huh. When is
Not you.
always?
I'm not saying you were. I'm not saying you were.
So it's a select few who were here always. Who were and what's always? A specific time frame. What's
But
always?
always does not have a specific frame. What are you talking about? Do you understand the definition of always? Give me somebody up here who graduated third grade, man. What's going on here?
So fundamentally, you're arbitrarily deciding to say whatever comes to your head without any sense of explanation or elaborate more. Show us your proof. What is your sources? How
So
can you research on that? That's the whole question.
Are you under the impression that anyone has the capacity to prove always?
I'm under the capacity that we are able to
wait, hold
prove
on,
it.
y'all. Hold on. Smoke signal. He can't answer it. I think Lotus is trying to attempt to answer. He has something on the screen. What is that, Lotus? What is that?
Yeah, see, this is from the book called Ancient America, right? First chapter talking about the earliest Americans. So what I have is access to every source that this I don't know what is he, Mestizo, Iron Ice Cody's nephew, I don't know. But yeah, all your sources, I have them all right here. When you really look
You're
into
not
your,
telling us what the book said, though, bro. What does the book say?
oh, it's just saying the earliest Americans.
That's it. So what are they saying about the earliest Americans?
Sure,
Did
y'all
you
can
read
read
that
it.
part?
It says for more than 20 years after Christopher Columbus discovered America, the newly revealed lands proved a disappointment. Columbus had promised much their highness can see. He wrote to King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella of Spain. So they're starting off with the Christopher Columbus story.
Yeah, why? We trying to find out before that. Why you
There is
showing
no
us?
before that. I'm trying to show you something. Look, when it comes to this, y'all, I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna go down to the next paragraph, right? If y'all do y'all want me to read the rest of that?
No. We want you to read the part where it's talking about how the earliest Americans got here.
It's talking about slavery. This is all the stuff that y'all agree with. It's talking about the Atlantic.
No. There was Native Americans here before there was in slavery in the colony.
Well, they was talking about the Moors in Spain.
No, there was Native Americans here before there was a Moor in Spain.
Quick question on that book. Is there any reference to the Clovis people?
Oh yeah, they talk about all that in here.
Oh, that book. I'm gonna tell you what I didn't read it, but I could tell the earliest Americans. They're starting with European history and talking about those Americans. And
the Clovis part is right here.
In
See,
oh, okay.
80,000 years ago. 80,000 years ago. Look, 80,000 years ago.
No. Let's read it. Read that right there. Yeah, start from that paragraph.
All right. So the date of the main arrival of the New World is continually being pushed further back into the reaches of prehistoric time. Until the 1950s, anthropologists thought that men first set foot on the American continent about 15,000 years ago, way before mestizos existed. Recent finds and modern dating methods, though, show that there may have been there much longer. Two skulls found in San Diego have been given the ages of 44,000 years ago, 48,000 years ago. One fossil excavated in Sunnyvale, California, West Side, baby, may be an amazing 70,000 years old. Goddamn, that beats Peru. If these dates are confirmed, and they are not accepted by all experts, they have profound implications. All the skulls are Negroes, by the way, for men's history in the Americas. There was no land bridge across the Bering Strait 48,000 years ago. That's what I'm talking about, Aboriginals. Therefore, men must have crossed on an earlier land bridge. What? Who made that shit up? Possibly one existing as far back as 80,000 years ago. So now y'all done made a double down on the theory of a damn ice bridge.
So very interesting.
Keep reading.
No, hold on for a second.
Oh no,
very
that's it. They're about to pay me for
if I may just mention this real quickly. So hold on. Let me just say this.
2024.
So Ananuki is countering smoke signal. This book is giving a time range as to when the first modern humans arrived to this continent. And
but they know that's they have no evidence of that. They didn't say that they had evidence of that land bridge during that time.
Your book counters
what smoke signal said. It's simple. Let's think about what we read. They said anthropologists, they got it at 15,000 years. And he went on to talk about two skulls he didn't name, right? Didn't give a source to. We don't know what skulls he's talking about. We don't.
Oh, I'd have to read further.
Where is the source for those skulls? And then
they have on the next page it shows the skulls.
Hold on.
It's called Golden Power.
Then we have to go like this. So now he goes on to build off of, well, if these skulls are older than the land bridge, right? They must have got here earlier. He's still talking about they came from somewhere else, which defeats both of y'all.
Okay. No, the person who's saying that he's saying that they found those skulls there. He can't tell you where the skulls came from.
Then he goes to say that they must have crossed a bridge earlier.
Thank you. Must have a scientific thesis? Can must have be in a scientific thesis?
No, he's building off of
a theory. Fringe science. It's called fringe science.
Right, he building off that initial lie that there was a land bridge, which we all know there
No, he's
wasn't a
building
land
off the
bridge
initial
in the
lie
first
of the
motherfucking
44.
place.
No,
Right?
the
But
lie.
what can be
Hold
substantiated, right, is that the
No, hold
motherfucking
on.
hold on with Kim. I know y'all want to get y'all lie off.
Yeah,
Y'all
I
gotta
got
keep,
it. You
y'all gotta
interrupted
keep
me.
it
You
within
interrupted me.
this. Y'all gotta
He's
keep it
building
in this
off
pretty. Y'all
smoke.
gotta keep it in
Chill
this
out.
pretty little
Chill out,
box.
man.
Just like you wanna team up with this mestizo with the 12,000 euro shit. And when I said can nobody tell, now we got some confirmation on that. That can
No,
be
that's
confirmed.
not. All right, look, hold on. No.
Can nobody tell? And
Come on,
it's also
Smoke.
being stated,
Give me a moment.
that the
Smoke,
times and
show
dates
some
are
restraint, man.
constantly
Show some restraint.
it's constantly being stated that the times and dates are being pushed further back than was initially claimed. You
No.
goofy
Y'all got
motherfucker.
smoked.
No.
I'm
All
out of here. I can't
right.
deal with no dummies. Bye.
So the lie that's being built.
Rage quit.
Hold on.
Smoke
The
this
lie that
rage
was
quit.
being built off of, like, that's why he ran. The lie that was being built off of the age of the skull. He built the lie off of that.
Oh, Smoke left. Nah, Smoke just smoked y'all 3-0.
He ain't no 3 or nothing. You
And
showing some.
I slid him a nice alley-oop. Nah, because that ice bridge and those dates of the
Actually,
migrations 15,000 years ago, they made a whole pattern of
That's
skulls
why he
going from through Russia to Alaska and into America, and that's debunked
pull that
because they're
book back
finding
up.
skulls even older. After this, they found skulls and stuff
All
even
right, pull the
older after
book
that.
up. Pull your source up. Let's look at it. Pull your source.
okay, Adenoki, don't
Charge
you
yo.
realize
Pseudo shit.
that
What's the name of the book again? Lotus, what's the name of the book?
It's called Great Ages of Man, Ancient America.
Now, interesting on this, Adenoki, isn't it interesting that I was the one to guide you towards the Clovis people, and that point where you read actually counters what Smoke was claiming that people were here forever, which shows a complete and utter nonsensical claim he can't even prove in any way, shape, form, or manner. So you countered Smoke. Thank you for that, and that's why
what you got out of that. No, what I'm doing is I'm showing your source that your source is saying must of for a scientific theory.
Oh,
There's no such thing as must of. You cannot write a hype. You cannot. Come on, bro. You can't do a dissertation with a must of. They're gonna shoot it. They'll shoot it down in college. Yes, they will.
That's your book. So why you show us that book then?
This is your source.
No.
For that lie.
No, that's your
that
book.
15. That's your book. We never quoted that book. You're the one quoting that book. You're utilizing that as your own source, and that own source.
This is your source. I've been telling y'all. I got y'all sources.
No.
Again,
this is your source.
Absolutely.
That's your presenting.
Yeah, this is the foundation of your source. This is
and the funny thing is, I guided you in your own source you're presenting in your own book. I guided you to talk about the Clovis people, and that point counter Smoke, which made Smoke rage quit because his argument that we're always here has no base whatsoever. Now, in dissertations in regards of archaeology or anthropology,
that book was written in 1967. Like, come on, man.
Look, the terms must have, could have, etc., are very commonly used when referring to things that need further elements of proof. One of those elements I've had pushback into it, your own book tells you, is the finding of certain skulls. Also, for example, the White Sands footprints or footprints in Chile that were found that have a range date of 25,000 to 15,000 years ago. So fundamentally,
that's pseudo as hell.
That's not pseudo. The matter of fact is, we have been able to prove that range of those particular footprints in Chile.
Man, what these two paragraphs are doing is debunking the hell out of you.
No,
okay,
they're actually debunking
your stuff is based upon some 15,000 years ago nonsense, and they're showing you that we've been doing some studying and we're finding stuff going back this many years. They found one in San Diego.
Didn't I just quote the White Sands?
How it works, dude.
Didn't I just quote the White Sands footprints that pushes back to 30,000 years? That's 100 miles north of the frontier of the United States and Mexico. Did I not quote the footprints footprints in Chile that around that time frame, 15,000 years, that show presence of modern men in Chile on that time frame. So fundamentally, your book debunked smoke. Smoke got raged and he quit because the supposedly ally who was in favor of the claim of smoke, the false claim of smoke, we're always here. You just debunked it by using a book. So interestingly enough, Smoke couldn't answer two very fundamental questions and then left. So I'm saying take the L, Smoke. That's it.
Yeah, yo, NAC, can I say something to you, bro, real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. You got it.
Yo, bro. I don't know where you been, but I miss you bone crushing these Abos, right? You know that skull with the feathers they love, crushing it every time, bro. That's on to you, dude.
I'm trying to think the skull with the feathers. Which one?
You know the one that all of them like the OTK got on his shit. A
Oh
couple
yeah,
of them got that. Yeah, you know like the skull with the feather heads on it,
yeah.
crushing it.
You said it's crushing you.
Man, ain't crushing nothing,
You
man.
crushing it. You crushing that Abo nonsense. And
Man,
you
this
like
just proved that California was older than
It's
Central and South
Like,
my
America.
they
point
don't
is
get
saying
it.
that I miss you being out here. I don't know where you been. I hope everything is good, bro. For
Nah,
you,
yeah, I'm telling you, man. I'm just
all right, good.
living life.
Yo,
The
what's up,
Lord is
Abo? What's the word, Abo?
Yeah. So what happened was
Pretend.
people didn't even know they got smoked.
when was that
And
book written?
this book,
Yeah, it's old, right? So the evidence that's been accumulated from 1967 to now about the people of America is vast, right? We have a far greater understanding of
yeah, you think?
how
That's
they
why I'm
got
sitting there laughing at y'all. Y'all still using this?
here.
We got stuff going back hundreds of
Now,
thousands of years.
that's
We got stuff going back before the first man in Africa over here in California. That's why I'm laughing at y'all. Like, I don't know about that at all.
Where?
Oh shit! Civilization in Azusa alone is 10,000 years old. You have the area called Calico. Calico has
No,
pyramids and old ruins
you said you
going
got
back hundreds of
something
thousands
in
of years. That's just
Africa.
California. There's over
Okay.
100,000 ruins
All right, Lotus.
in the Great Basin.
You
You want me to show you all of them?
No, all or nothing. You said you got things in California older than Africa, or things in Africa. What
Yeah,
are you talking?
civilizations in Africa.
What are you talking about?
The Asuk Sanga in Azusa, California. The petroglyphs and the civilization that was there.
What
It's
petroglyphs?
been covered and destroyed over.
What petroglyphs?
In Azusa. It's in the San Gabriel Mountains.
How you spell that?
Azusa.
Azusa.
Yep. There's tons of petroglyphs and all kind of ruins all throughout California. There's over 100,000 in the Great Basin. There's more ruins in the Great Basin than all of the rest of the damn world.
How old
That's
you said? How old you said this is?
How massive the real civilizations and ancient
How
civilizations of America.
How old you said it was?
Oh, the youngest dates they had were 10,000.
I didn't ask you younger. I said
to 8,000 BC.
Old. How old?
Which ones? The
Calico?
Oldest.
The oldest. How old, man? I keep saying the same thing.
Man, they talking about shit going back to dinosaur days, bro. So they keep going back.
Millions of years?
And they got stuff going back millions of years. And I'm not talking about the cooks or the alien believing people or any of that. I mean, Calico alone, they're finding stuff going back a couple 100,000 years.
Why are you up here lying?
I'm not lying. This information is available. If y'all actually followed archaeologists and what archaeologists been doing along the Great Basin, this would be common knowledge. But the fact that y'all don't know about this is just a lack of knowledge and wisdom for that, because wisdom would have led you to this if y'all were actually looking this up.
Actually, don't say nothing about what you're saying, man.
Well, we're talking about the first Americans. All these skulls 44,000 years ago, all those skulls, and even the ones 20,000 years ago, even 15,000 years, they're all Negro.
No, we talking about stop jumping around,
They're
man.
not. None of them are Mongolian.
We talking about this rock art you brought up.
Petroglyphs.
Yeah, you said the rock art, right?
Yep. Stone Age, ancient times, Flintstones, dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are fake too, by the way.
So why would you say dinosaur time?
Because I like making fun of dinosaurs.
So it goes back to a time that you say is fake. How does that help you out? Like, what are you talking about?
Because in your mind, when someone says, "Man, they go back to the time of dinosaurs," you're gonna be like, "Oh, that's millions of years ago." That's why. So it's a reference that you'll understand. Instead of me saying the Great Bassin era, or using a name that you're not gonna know about, like the time of Toibinga, Shashamonga. You're not gonna know these stories. You're not gonna know the stories of the two brothers founded civilization.
All right. So they saying that this rock art you talking about, the Western archaic geocentric tradition, only go back to about 6,000 years.
Which one are you showing?
On the screen.
Let me see. Oh, I can't zoom in on this. Because there's a lot of them.
So
I can't zoom in on your screen.
I can't zoom in on my screen.
No, and I don't. I'm using the app, so I can't zoom in on the app. I have to use the regular one.
So we got 6,000.
okay, so I do have to step off, but NAC, I would like to open a challenge to all Avos to a serious conversation. First question, the one I posed. What were the populations of indigenous people in the Western Hemisphere prior arrival of Europeans? Western Hemisphere defined as America, defined as the countries from Argentina all the way to Canada plus the Caribbean and Greenland. That's the first question.
Oh, Negro. All Negro.
Hold on. Just let me end this real quick. My bad. So let me just end.
Okay, my bad.
He said 6,000, right? And that's supposed to be. He said millions. He said dinosaur age also, but this is crazy. But so we got the South African rock art. Although dating rock art was always difficult, the study of rock art sites from Southern Africa has benefited from archaeological study. And excavation at rock art sites have sometimes revealed useful information for ascribing dates. Some of the oldest reliable dated examples of rock art in the world have been found in the region, with most well-known examples probably being the painting plaques from Apollo 11 cave in Namibia, dated around 30,000 years ago. So this would be older. This would be older, Logan.
So
man, there's not no rock art 30,000 years ago over there. Got it.
So, and I look,
look, the Apollo 11 cave in Namibia. It's that simple. I'm giving you the sources.
Let me see it.
It's right here on the screen.
So, interestingly enough, Ananuki just answered Negroes.
Yeah, that shit ain't old, bro.
The main question is, why are you defining dark melanin people who were here prior to the arrival of Europeans by definition of the Europeans?
You said, why am I doing that?
Yeah. Why are you utilizing
because my Yokum ancestors who were always here were dark. That's why. My Yokum ancestors were always here. They ran the tobacco on the East Coast.
So
Kentucky and going to the Carolinas. Called the Yokums and the Reeds. They're both dark and they've always been here, not from Africa. Don't know what the fuck you talking about if you say it. And most of my Yokum and Reed and the other ones connected to them still speak the language too, by the way.
Okay. I also speak the native language on my people, but
wait, what language? What language do you speak?
It's a language originated from the Chibcha languages. which is southern languages, alongside the in counterposition of the Nahuatl languages that was happening in North Mesoamerica. But again, I want to backtrack on this because it's fascinating.
You talking about the Ute?
No.
UTE? Are you talking about the Ute Nahuatl? What are you talking about?
The Nahuatl language was a specific language that was being spoken on the what is modern day northern Mesoamerica up to what is modern day Honduras, and actually parts of Costa Rica to the Pacific coast of indigenous groups like the Burunca currently speak variations of that Nahuatl language. On the other side of the Atlantic coast, what is known as Costa Rica, Panama, Colombia, up to what is the Andino area, is as another language that originated in that point, which is the Chibcha languages, which has a whole series of different language of points. However, I want to just backtrack on this.
You speak a 19th century pidgin language, bro. Come on, man. Y'all gotta do better than this.
Hold on. Says the man who utilized the term Negro to refer to dark melanin indigenous people that were here prior to the arrival of Europeans.
Well, I mean, the real name is called Shashamonga. So you don't know anything about the Shashamonga?
Again, I find it hypocritical of you accusing me utilizing European terms under the same breath of you utilizing a European term to define people who were here prior.
Negro is not a European term. Negro is not a European word. And your words come out of Esperanto. You speak a pidgin language that was created by some damn German weirdo.
Lotus, could you tell us about that Negro not being? Can you tell us about that Negro not being a European word?
Yeah, Europeans don't have words. Europeans borrowed words from Ethiopians, Berbers, and Indo-Europeans, such as people who are Punjab.
Where does Negro come from then? Tell us about
that. Negro is a word from America.
In what language?
Oh, that's Gawinawaga. The real origin is Gawinawaga.
Yo, you made that shit up, man. Get the fuck out of here, man.
You just made that.
Get the fuck out.
Please bring your
I mean, wasn't it y'all? Oh no, that was DJ. So when I bring up a language that's actually pertaining to something that's not connected to Esperanto, right?
Again,
your language is connected to Esperanto. My language is not connected to Esperanto.
When they tell us something stupid, we just gotta stay there for a second. So
how is it stupid?
What's the name of that language again?
It's called Gawinawaga. Gawi.
So what people groups speak that language?
My Yokum ancestors and my Reed ancestors.
Those are the only
and all the other people around that area, they just speak variations of it. So they'll try and tell you they're separate.
So your family
say like Algonquin and
So
and Iroquois are separate, but the languages are really the same.
You mean to tell me that your family is the only two people groups that was speaking that language? That's what you're trying to say?
In the families that are connected to those families.
Somehow the word that they came up with made it across the whole world.
Well, words that were passed down through the mother tongue. That's why it's called Gawinawaga. And not Ogweaweka. Ogweaweka is the pidgin form. See, we're honest about our languages, that our languages went through pidgin forms. You know, unlike this Esperanto speaker, Chiche and all that weirdo stuff down there in Central America, in the northern parts of that area, that's all pidgin languages that the Jews put together when they went down there with the Day Hirsch College. Oh, my bad. Oh, my bad. I don't want to get your thing messed up. My bad. The grateful people decided to let these people go on a boat ride.
You need to be
and they gave them their culture.
This is how you know he's full of shit, because he's just talking and talking and talking.
He's just talking and
talking.
Well,
I didn't mean to say the J word. I didn't mean to say the J word. So
it clearly shows a anti-Semitic position, but also clearly shows a complete and utter
no, but that's who you are.
To base
that's your ancestry. Claims. So I understand you being upset.
I didn't mean to say Ananuki, everything that you said is bullshit. You have no basis whatsoever. You have no look. I want you to bring
That's
the
not true. The language I
again,
have goes back
again,
10,000 years. It's called
again.
Gawinowaga. Your language goes back to the 19th century from Esperanto and Miguel
Prove
de
that.
Unamuno.
Prove that. Prove that. Prove that the language Chibcha is originates from Esperanto. Prove it. In a linguistic base, I want you to bring your evidence. And I also want to question you in regards of your false claim
You
where
don't
the
even know who
origin of the
Esperanto
term negative.
is.
I don't know what Esperanto is. And are you sure you
No,
want
you
to debate
don't.
that? You want to debate that against a linguistic major? Is that what you really want to die on that flag?
Yeah, Esperanto and Miguel de Unamuno in the Dayhurst colony.
When
Absolutely.
was
that language that they started putting together
okay.
in the 19th century and that shit that you speak
First question.
ain't got nothing to do with America.
When was the
What?
exactly? When was Esperanto officiated as a language? What year?
All right. Esperanto was created in the late 1870s.
1870.
Show me something with your language and some documentation that predates that. By L.L. Zamenhof, a Jewish ophthalmologist
He said, "Don't trust
from
it."
Bialystok, then part of the Russian Empire, by now part of Poland, Siberian, Sicilian dude.
Hold on. You say don't trust.
Hold on. I'm gonna bring my
you
evidence.
Speaking in some Sicilian, Siberian, Berber
Again.
gibberish. That's all you speaking.
So let me just first bring this up real quickly. I said the language of Mapuche people is a family of the Chichan languages, right? That's what I said. That's my claim. And here is Britannica, Britannica.com, Chichan languages, a group of South American Indian languages. Well, I hate the term Indian. That were spoken before CE 1500 in the area now comprising Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama, Colombia, Ecuador. NAC, does that match what I commented in regards to the Chicham languages?
Yeah.
And where's your evidence? Where's your evidence? I can put my evidence in the back right now.
Just gave you
do you have something
evidence.
that your language
One source.
is written in your language?
You have not given one.
I just gave Esperanto. You want me to put it in the back for you? So you can feel how hard it hurts?
Again,
feel how hard it hurts for
so how is it? How is it? Hold on. How is it that your claim of a language that was created on 1887 is the origin of the Egyptian languages when I just showed you one source that tells you that it was spoken thousands of years prior to that? So now the ball is on your court. You have to prove your
You
claim.
have no evidence. You have no evidence that language was spoken thousands of years ago. I have evidence that all the languages that people who look like you and talk like you fucking migrants from Europe and all that and not from here, came here in the 19th century. This is what y'all brought. That's what y'all came with. You're not from here. That language is not from here.
Fundamentally, your base is xenophobic. It has no base.
My base is in the background. You said 1,000 years ago, but you don't have no evidence to prove that your language was spoken 1,000 years ago.
BCE. I said 1500 BCE.
Is there a stone writing? Is there a hieroglyph? What evidence do you have?
Is there a stone of your own language?
My ancestors, the Iroquois language is 10,000 years old, right? But if I say that, I got to show you some evidence.
Yeah, show your evidence. That's all we've been asking, and so far you have not been able.
It's in the back. Esperanto's in the back.
Again,
I'm saying they put together all those languages over there that y'all calling Native American languages in Central America, Argentina and Brazil and Chile.
Hold on. So, Lotus, you saying this is your language? What are you saying?
Yeah, what? Man, I can't zoom in with this thing, man.
The Esperanto. This is your language? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, that's Esperanto, dude. They started making up a bunch of languages, man. Esperanto and the people.
No,
that's not his real name.
Question: is this your language? Yes or no?
No, that's not my language.
Okay, so
that's
whose
his language.
Chill out. Just answer the question.
this person who's talking.
Whose
They put
language
together
are
his
you
language
saying this
and the
goes?
history of his language.
All right, answer my question. Whose language are you saying this applies to? You saying this is Ditso's language? What are you saying?
Yeah, what's his name? Ditto?
Dude, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
this is
Hold on,
this is
no.
his shit.
I need to understand what he's saying. He's just everywhere. I just want to understand what he's saying.
Man, I'm right here saying that's his language. That's the people who look like him and sound like him, the language that they're speaking, they're all little pigeon forms of this Esperanto. This dude went around making a bunch of little languages and creating a lot of nonsense. Did he
So how do
use
you know?
languages from
How do you,
Garifuna or Gawinoaga? You have to dig into it. But there's a lot of words that they're saying goes back thousands of years, and there's no evidence. You can't say a language goes back thousands of years. You don't have
so
somebody that heard someone talk 1,000 years ago,
real quickly,
1,000 years ago,
and
or
then
even 200 years ago.
could you
Shit
please bring
ridiculous.
a linguistic study comparing Esperanto with the
this is
Chibcha
not
languages and telling us exactly how is it that Esperanto created Chibcha? I'm gonna wait sitting for that source right there.
So
You have
most
to
of
prove
this language,
linguistically.
this language is based on European languages. It has nothing to do with anything American languages.
That's right, because his language is not American. He's speaking some
Yeah,
old
well, this all
gibberish from
comes
over there.
from the pre-Columbian people of America. So they wouldn't be speaking this.
There's no people. That shit is a lie, bro.
So there was no people here before Columbus. That's what you're saying?
No, his people
No,
were
hold on.
brought to South America in the
Was there
Dayhurst
people
colony.
here? Was there people here before Columbus?
Yeah, there was.
Did
They
they
speak
have a language?
Garifuna.
Did they have a
It's
language?
called Garifuna. Garifuna.
No. The Garifuna have an origin, and it starts with a shipwrecked boat. So what are you talking?
No, it doesn't.
Yes,
No, it doesn't. I was talking to too many people
No, stop.
from there, bro.
You
And the
saying
only people who agree with that go by that narrative. All the other ones say they don't know what you're talking about, bro. And we had someone on before who said that is true, that the people down there do not agree with that, bro. So stop it. My brother married a Belizean, bro. My other brother's married to a Baja Californian, bro. All the grandma pictures are dark, bro. Y'all gotta stop lying, man.
What?
Stop lying for this foreigner, man. This dude is a migrant. He ain't no different than the damn Ukrainians coming over here right now. They just came 100 years ago to 140 years ago.
It's a xenophobia for me. It's the lack of
Bro. Your people came with the Dayhurst colony, man.
Listen.
Wait a minute. The Dayhurst colony is the Pacific slave trade.
Oh,
too.
shut up, man. Come on, man. You said you right. You just don't know when to stop, bro. Like, come on.
Have a good time. My bad.
So you saying that the language they spoke was Garifuna? That's what you're trying to say?
Yeah, Garifuna. There's other languages too, but we'll just use Garifuna for now, because then y'all get confused. So Garifuna was spoken over here before his language was spoken over here. Can I get a hell, MAGA?
You are completely and utterly wrong, because the Garinagu in itself, or the Garifuna, were a combination of Arawak or Kalinago populations with African descent. But again, I'll go back to my original question. Since your claim is that Chibcha languages, hold on, don't interrupt. Since your claim is that Chibcha languages that I've already showed are of Esperanto origin, I'm going to wait here for the evidence of the linguistic comparison between Esperanto and the Chibcha languages, so you can prove beyond any reasonable doubt that your claim is true. Because I'm going to say it to you, your claim is bullshit. And I can easily prove it in a space of 5-6 minutes of education in that sense. However,
hey,
I'm not going to
this dude got a
time.
Romanian accent too, by the way. You sound like the Romanians I used to argue with, bro.
Look, I know you are a xenophobic gringo. We know that. You've shown that.
Little Esperanto boy.
And that you believe in bullshit. You have no identity per se, and you have constructed a farce of an identity. But again, you've made several claims. You first have not been able to answer the initial question of who were the people here in the Western Hemisphere prior to the arrival of Europeans. Second, you made a claim in regards to the Chibcha language.
Negroes.
Again,
Shashamunga.
My
bad.
Then
Shashamunga. There's my answer.
No.
So for the record, everyone, I have said Shasha Monga, people of the mountain. That's their name.
Again, that does not say anything whatsoever. It just a claim, a baseless claim.
Little Esperanto
Because,
boy,
hey,
big mad. Okay.
I ask you to please sustain yourself or base your argument on fact. So I asked you, why is it that you are choosing arbitrarily to use a categorization made by Europeans like Negroes to refer to the populations that were here prior to the Europeans? So you're giving more credence to the Europeans that were invading here than a more in-depth conversation of changing categorizations, of realizing what were the populations here prior to the Europeans. So and I bet you right now, the thought that is crossing your mind is, oh, he's saying all were white. That's wrong. I never have said anything in regards to the phenotypes right now of the indigenous. I was just asking who were the indigenous. If we go into the conversation of phenotypes, yes, were there here dark melanin people? Yes, they were. And with that, I just shut your argument out of the boat. But the point,
you got me.
yeah, I got you, and you know I got you.
Did something there. You did something there.
So,
so can you put your screen put your source in the background. Put your source in the background, just so, cause I didn't want to do this to you now. I got stuff to do. You know what I'm saying? Business to run and business and money to make.
What source are you asking me for?
Put your source in the chat. Put your source in the chat.
What are you asking me for a source of?
Put your Cheech language. Put your Cheech.
You're the one who made the claim. You're the one who's supposed to. The burden of proof is on you.
Yeah, I know. Just off of your voice.
You have
hearing
to
you speak. I don't even have to see your face. Just hearing you speak, I know your ancestors came here from that damn Dayhurst colony boat, or the other Pacific slave trade, which would be the Coolies and the Douglas.
They
went through there too. That's your origin. You're either a Coolie, a Douglas, or a Coolie-Douglas mix, and I can go into all the Coolie-Douglas mixes and the languages they brought, because your Cheech is going to tie back to Esperanto, or it's going to be Miguel de Unamuno.
Bring your source.
Or it's going to be through the Coolie-Douglas. But most of those languages like that are Esperanto.
Bring your evidence. I'm going to wait for you to
share your language. Esperanto's up there. Why ain't your stuff up there?
If you're
you
so
don't want to share your source. I share my source. You don't want to share your
you haven't shared shit. You've only shared
the Romanian shuffle.
A bad thing there. But anyhow, again, proof that the Chifcha languages originated from Esperanto, and I'm expecting a linguistic analysis with sources, with clear lines of analysis in regards of the linguistic comparisons that you could do between Chibcha and Esperanto. So I'll be waiting here. The burden of proof is on you.
Okay, so when you want to set this up? Because I got stuff to do. When you gonna set this up? That's not about to happen right now.
NAC.
Because you're not showing your source, so I didn't put my shit up there, so everybody could be looking at Esperanto like, God damn, this shit's spreading all over the whole goddamn planet. What the fuck going on here? How low just drop that shit on us? Oh, don't wait till I hit you with Miguel de Unamuno in the 21 missions.
Miguel de Unamuno, another European. Okay, so
yeah, that's who y'all are. That's how y'all got here. No. That's y'all came in the 19th century.
Let me tell you,
that Chicha cheek cheese that you're talking about was not spoken over here.
So again,
Garifuna was spoken over here.
Here's my challenge
in the 19th century. That wasn't.
And I'm gonna give you a few days to try to organize your idea. I don't know when it's the next time.
Days.
NAC. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna give you a few days to try to organize your idea.
You ready a couple hours? What are you talking about?
The first challenge is
you didn't know my source, and I gave you my source. I don't know how that garbage is spelled. I just know about the line of language down there.
First challenge, you have to make a presentation of the people that were here prior to the arrival of Europeans.
No, I do not have to make a presentation.
Yes.
Your
Yes,
language is Esperanto.
no,
You
again,
have to make a
I'm
presentation,
challenging
motherfucker.
you. I'm challenging you. I'm challenging
That's
you
my
with the first.
challenge.
No, again,
How you gonna
my
challenge me? And I'm already making the
yeah,
challenge.
no. I've already made the challenge from the get go. The first initial
Okay.
question is, who were the indigenous people here prior to the arrival of the Europeans? From the countries of Argentina up to Canada plus Alaska, that is including Central America and Caribbean, and yes, we'll add into the concept of Greenland because of the geographical nearness in that sense. If you want, we can leave Greenland out of that conversation gladly. But so again, the challenge is this: you must give us a good presentation to answer that question with sources, with good elements to analyze, etc. So the simple question is, who were the people here from Argentina all the way to Canada plus Alaska plus the Caribbean prior to the Europeans? So that's the first initial question. Right there. That's the first initial question. In regards of your claims of the Chibcha language, afterwards you define that and you give a thorough explanation. Then we can go into the ethnical groups, the languages, etc., and have a more thorough explanation. That's when I'll ask you and demand of you to present your evidence in regards of a linguistic analysis and a linguistic comparison as to how Chibcha originated from Esperanto. And it has to be thorough. So here's the thing. This is your opportunity to give a well thought and well structured response to that particular question. It's up to you. And since this is NAC's channel,
is this a joke? We've already done this. We already
no,
showed the video with the guy explaining that we found the oldest skull over here in Central America, and the skull was Negro. So you're already done on that. All I gotta do is play that again. We've been showing that for damn near 10 years, bro.
No, you've been lying about that for 10 years.
You already did. You already did there.
You've been lying about that for 10 years. However,
no, we didn't say that. That's a video of people who are actually in the field, which you're not.
Well, that's up to you.
What are you talking about?
However, if you're
gonna try and appease, to their scholarship. But when it comes to the people who are of that level of scholarship and accolades, you're gonna say, "Oh, they're wrong." So you're gonna create a pseudo argument. In fact, your questions are pseudo arguments because your people are not you're not an original person. Okay, look into the 16 mestizos. You're already dead there.
Okay,
your people, your existence don't even exist before 1755.
So again,
you guys are a part of a damn experiment, bro.
Interesting. So for you, the only black
your origin is like 400 years ago. That's it.
So for you, the only valid Afro descendancy in this continent, America, is the one born in the United States. Hold on.
Hold on to nothing. 16 mestizos. Y'all had to be taught how to speak by the original people in America.
Okay, hold on. Ananuki. So for you, the only valid native or Afro descendancy in the Western Hemisphere are those born in the United States. That's the only ones that are legit and valid. Is that how should I understand
what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Again.
The 16 mestizos, where did that happen?
Again.
If you go look at the chart of the 16 mestizos, it's showing you the original people from here. Don't look nothing like your ass. Don't sound nothing like your ass either. So, they sound like the people who speak Garifuna.
So again, let me ask you. For you,
before the debate, I already killed you, bro. This already done. You haven't even make it to the debate.
Again, one.
Those are well substantial sources.
Keep quiet. One. Is
quiet.
For you. Yes.
Oh, you were talking way before I got here, and I done debunked your ass. I done debunked your ass on your damn shit with the Clovis stuff.
Again. One.
That thing was debunking the Clovis. Oh my god, man.
Again.
Okay, Romanian.
Gringo, shut up. Gringo, shut up for a moment. My question is based.
Y'all are crazy, man.
In this. Gringo, are the only natives and Afro descendants legit enough those born in the United States? So for you, there's no other Afro descendancy or nativeness outside of the United States in the Western Hemisphere. Is that right? Is that how we should understand your argument? I guess it went over his head. So I should assume that for you, a xenophobic gringo like yourself, the only valid natives and Afro-descendancies are those in the United States. Anybody outside of the United States in the Western Hemisphere are not native or Afro-descendancy enough. That's how we should understand your xenophobic position. Yes or no?
Hey, I'm gonna butt in real quick because anybody using craniology in these days and times is using a pseudoscience. So it ain't even healthy to even use craniology in this conversation. And Lotus, you ain't debunked anything but your upper lip. And he ain't talking or responding to you because he doing DoorDash right now. So he gotta pull up and get orders and all of that else shit.
I get it. But
And here's what it is. So the chat beating him up already. And yep, Richard Nevis did update his information. Lotus is too far behind because he doesn't understand how caught up in his lies he is.
Oh, pseudo P, what it do, man?
See? The only slow person on the panel is him.
It's a good
Who
friend of
else up
mine,
here?
y'all.
What's up, Wolf?
We go way back when I had to debunk
My
MetaNetter and all that
technology
stuff.
ain't fucked up.
Just like
Yo,
Garifuna was spoken before the Chiche of the Romanian Esperanto language.
sure, gringo.
He
Again,
got a
so
whole Romanian accent, y'all. That's
okay.
Unless you like Kamala Harris, you can change your accent, bro. But you sound just like Romanians, man.
Gringo, we know that you're xenophobic. We
I
know
want
that.
to delete your blood. I'm my own mech. How the fuck
We
out of here.
know you're an ignorant xenophobic, and that your concept of nativeness is a false identity created to push forward
nah,
the
it's
white
your phone.
idea. So
Yeah.
that's all
Hey,
I'm going to say. And Anuki, my challenge is there.
South American, I'll give you credit for not meeting his energy, because I would have met him right where he's at, bro.
Nah, that's because I'm not talking into my phone.
But to the guy, the pretending, I would have met your energy, bro. This South American is very patient.
Because, yeah, I have to be patient because I'm
Speak your
here
upper
to
lip.
educate. I'm not here to play with ignorance like an Anuki or Smoke Signal who ran from me. I posed the questions, they
He
couldn't
called
answer.
us an experiment. Think about that. But if I
I
meet him
know,
where
I
he's
know.
at, I'm wrong.
Yeah, it's my choice not to meet him there. I want to educate. I don't want to engage on gringo bullshit, xenophobia, etc. I mean, we know that Anuki clearly has no fucking clue where he's standing, and everything that he's speaking on is just farce after farce. But he has the opportunity. I challenge him. The question is there. He can make a clear presentation to answer that particular question. If he does not want to do it, he ran like smoke signal. He's too afraid, and his terminology is too outdated, too oversimplistic, and it means absolutely
Show us your
nothing.
lips.
So that's all I gotta say. But yeah, we could. I know how you feel.
My only thing is why try to steal this culture? It was not perfect. Our ancestors were not perfect. Why romance us? Why try to take that?
Are you asking me or the whole floor?
What do you say? Hell, Magus.
Don't get quiet now.
Hey, can you speak some of that Chi-Chi?
Lotus, can you stop coming up here lying, man? This. You be making up words and shit.
No, I did not make up a word. Not one time.
This is what you said. Yo, Sean, I don't know if you heard this, but he said that his family, he named two last names, was the creators of the word Negro, because it came from
Other word.
the Negro
Oh,
came from the languages that only his family spoke. That's what you said.
no, I'm
Yes,
talking about
yes,
the
that's what you
Iroquois.
said.
I was not saying no. I said that word originally comes from Gawinowaga.
And who speaks that language?
Let's see. My auntie,
You,
my
you named two last names. You said those people.
yeah. I
No,
mean, they
that
got married,
means
so
Negro
they
comes
got.
from them. Negro comes from his family. Did you know that, Sean?
I mean, that doesn't mean the word comes from my family. I'm
That's what
saying
you
that
said.
the origin of the word Negro
Comes from a
is like
language only
many
your
other
family
words,
speaks.
not from the origin that they say.
It comes from a
Okay.
language only your family speaks. That's what you told us.
No, there's many people that speak that. I mean, the pigeon form of Gawinowaga is Ogweaweka. Ogweaweka is like a
Yo,
kind of
Paul, bro,
form
you
of
making up these
Gawinowaga.
names, man.
No, this is not made up. This is actually from what they'll call the Seneca language. But because you guys don't have knowledge of the original names,
You
I need to
taking
be able
a
to use
word and trying to make it into a
all.
language. I know what you do.
No, you don't understand what I'm doing. See, the mother tongue is Gawinowaga, the old language. The pidgin language is called Ogweoeaka, right? Ogweoeaka is the pidgin form of Gawinowaga. And they made different forms out of the pidgin form, right? They did the same thing in Central and South America. Miguel de Unamuno did it with the 21 missions. So they went all the way up and down California. And then you have the ones who were running along with the park rangers. So I can pull the records from the Dayhurst colony. I can pull the Trans-Pacific records of the Cooley and the Dogla and start showing which languages that they had, showing and
You,
proving that his language is going to come from over there and
so
not
you're
here.
just throwing names out of your hat, but you have no evidence,
Yeah.
and you are just um, confabulating terminology
Every
to.
name I said, everyone has heard before.
Okay,
Everyone has heard Cooley and
quick
Dogla.
question:
So
the
why haven't you heard it?
Garifunas,
Because that's
the
your ancestry,
Garifunas,
and it
the
hurts it doesn't.
Garifunas. Could you tell me what ethnical native people they are originated from? Give
Central
me a
America.
name. No, 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 no. Give me a name of a specific people who the Garifuna are descendants of.
I mean, I'd have to go pull all that up. You
Arawak
really want
and
me to do?
Kalinago.
You want me to do the research that you could do on your own? You could just say Garifuna is this, and
Are
they
you
say they
familiar
come
what
from
a
slaves. So
are you familiar what a
I got to go there.
rhetorical question? Are you familiar what a rhetorical question is?
Oh my God! No! Please educate me, great
Okay.
Romanian.
So, gringo, a rhetorical question is I'm asking you because I already know and I already written it and I said it
You're trying to
earlier
talk
on in
really
this
to the
chat.
definition of
I
rhetorical, bro. This type of Romanian y'all be having on here, bro.
again, gringo, we know that you are suffering. I mean,
Gringo.
you're suffering of
You don't even know where that
the
word
Dunning
comes
Kruger
from
effect.
either.
So,
You know where that word comes from? An original definition of gringos is not even a white person. You don't even fucking know where that word comes from.
you're a
Idiot. You
gringo.
don't know shit
You're a
about
U.S.
linguistics.
citizen. You're a U.S. citizen.
You
You're
speak
voting for
Kiki,
the
some Romanian
again.
Slavonic
You're a
ass
gringo. You're a
fucking
gringo. We know that.
Cooley
Okay.
Douglas language,
So
bro.
again, gringo, it's a rhetorical question. You couldn't
Or don't it?
answer.
Because that covers all of South America. Yeah.
Like I said prior
I
on
mean,
this
different forms of
conversation,
it.
the Garifunas are descendants of a
That's not,
combination of
that's not,
African descendants in slavery and the Arawak and Kalinago, which I just wrote prior, or even mentioning it on the private chat. And I said those two terms way prior. You weren't even paying attention, so you couldn't even mention that. So you only know about Garifunas because you read it in the book. You have no
that's
understanding.
not why I know about it. I know about it because I talk to people from there. And Garifuna is not the original name either.
That's like the white man
Dumbass.
saying I have a black friend. That's like the
No,
white man saying, "I have
no,
a,
it's not.
black friends."
And
It's
I
exactly
don't
the
know
same.
about no black or whatever the
No,
fuck
no.
you're talking about, but my ancestors are of many complexions and
Again,
locations over
again,
here. I
gringo.
have more ancestry to here, and from your accent, and if I got to see what you look like, you are pure fucking 19th century brought over here, European,
Look, I
Mongolian, Asian,
I don't care about
Siberian, Sicilian. You are a
look
Haritan, you are
normal.
a Falahin, you are a Kuli, you are a Dogla. Cat's out of the
Normally,
bag. You're no
normally,
different than
okay.
fucking Kamala Harris.
Normally, I would not pay attention to the bullshit of a gringo who has no education, who
Bro,
has
when the
no
way you
fucking
say
interest
gringo,
in
you
doing so.
sound like a European. You sound like you Arnold Schwarzenegger's long lost
Again, in
brother.
that sense, gringo, we know that you're
Let me say,
xenophobic. I
it's
mean, hell, you're voting for
put on somebody speaking from
a
Romania. I'm
criminal
telling y'all,
and a
blow your
dictator
mind.
wannabe. So we know that your
Hey, can I
inclinations
see what
are
you look like? Hey,
authoritarian.
hey, this is what I look like. Y'all see? Hold on, let me flip the camera. Hold on. Okay, this is what I look like, right? I'm mixed.
Yeah, a
I'm
gringo
mixed,
who's
right?
mixed. You're not even in
Now,
the areas of
now,
pro-white, but you're
what do you, Dito,
did
little
so.
Romanian Esperanto boy? Show us what you look like. Anyone could go on my Facebook and you'll say, "Damn, look at Lotus people. They all dark." And that's just on my mom's side, and that's where I get this lighter
Man.
complexion. Oh, on my father's
NAC
side,
Wicked, Sean
I
P
have very
has
few
seen me.
mixes from
So
outside
again,
on my hood
you
and my
you
Craig.
you know what you look like? You look like
Hey,
an
but you
Indian
have not shown
from India.
yourself, because when people see what you look like and they match the accent, they're gonna be like, "God damn, Lotus called them out." Because we'll start bringing out people who are from Romania and Ukraine and shit, and we start putting
No,
their
no,
faces
I
side
could
by side with your
with
ass,
your face,
and we gonna get some matches. We
with your
probably fit
face,
the
I can
descriptions of crime done
with
over
your
there.
face, I can
Well,
definitely
I'm
say
mixed.
that you're not from this continent. You're from India. You're a migrant from India who's now pretending to be a native individual. You are the aforementioned type of
That's what's
gringo
up.
who is dark in complexion but allied to the white people. So we just by seeing your
That's what's
face, I'm gonna throw it back to you. You're a pretendian, you're a
up.
farce. You're
Hey,
nothing more than the
I
combination of
openly admit
ignorance.
to being mixed with ancestry from other places. I'm king of the mestizos. You just one of my goddamn servants. You know what I'm saying? You're doing a bad job at representing the
Yeah,
motherfucking
we know that.
mestizo flavor.
Listen, you voting for somebody like Trump, you have to be an authoritarian prick. We know that.
Please,
We can
please,
understand that.
please.
You are a
Hey,
corrupt,
hey, hey,
corrupt
hey, hey,
authoritarian
hey,
prick.
hey,
So
feathers,
in that
feathers.
sense, you're a
Don't I
corrupted.
have ancestors that are actually from this part of the world?
No, you don't. You
Your
don't. You're a
ancestors came
pretendian.
here in the 19th century, bro. So
You're a
all
pretendian. We
that,
know that. We know you're an
I'm not
authoritarian
pretending to
prick.
be that.
You are a scam, a farce, nothing more than somebody who's corrupted by the gringo white man's ideology.
You
So
mad that your
fundamentally,
Esperanto language is getting exposed, man? I can't. I'm telling you, bro.
again, you have not exposed anything. Look. Again, take
Man,
the L like your little bitch friend of Smoke Signal
bro,
who ran. You
California,
know, he's probably
bro.
back in his circle jerk. You know, his wonker jerks. Um, go there if you feel fine with
Uh,
people telling you how
all
good
right.
you are and blah 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 blah, but you don't
Smoke
have
you. No,
the
I don't like
balls
that. I
to
don't buy into that. Oh, okay, man. I'm gonna let you talk.
no, all I'm gonna say is gringo,
You
look,
on the road, man? Hell, Maggie.
gringo, yeah, I'm on a roll. I'm just gonna say on this, go to the circle jerk of your friend Smoke Signal who cowardly ran from me, and I bet you're gonna do the same. You're just a pretendian, a farce, a scam, and you are misinforming people. But you're the typical gringo who's uneducated, who has not given the effort to educate yourself. And I will pose the question again: the challenge is there. You can give us a full presentation of who were the first initial people here prior to the arrival of the Europeans, and that goes.
Ditto. You asking way too much of this guy. He's never gonna. He's
Oh,
not putting together no presentation. He never even comes on a computer.
I know. Anyhow, the challenge is there. I'm gonna keep quiet.
Hell yeah, my days of doing that are over. I done already
You
burned
never
through
had
everything
days
y'all
like
got to
that.
talk about. everything that y'all got to talk, I already debunked that shit. You know what I'm saying? If they wouldn't have took my channel from me, I'd still be there. But you know what I'm saying? They took my channel from me, so shit. I mean, but yeah, when it comes to the linguistics of over here on this part of the world, man, anything that's not coming out of somebody that's Belizean dark, Panamanian dark, you know what I mean? That shit is some Esperanto, Miguel de Unamuno,
Quick question,
goofy ass.
Anuki. How many countries are between Belize and Panama?
How many countries?
Mm-hmm. You should know this if you're such a.
I don't care. I don't. Why would I care to know something like that? I don't understand
So,
that.
to you, the only thing that existed outside of the United States is
All those
Mexico,
goofy ass names
Belize,
don't mean
and
nothing.
Panama. You don't know that between Belize and Panama, you have the countries of Honduras, you have the country of Nicaragua, you have the country of Costa Rica, and then Panama. You have two other countries that are between Belize and Panama. So how is it
Wow.
that you
I'm
you
happy.
went
I'm
and
happy that you
and
told me.
define? Look, Ananuki, the point being here
Yo,
is the
I'm gonna
challenge
give you
is there.
$5 for knowing that.
The challenge is there. My question to you: are
Okay.
you going to run like?
Do you know what the original name for that part of the Central America and all that? Do you know what the name was called
Oh,
in the
please educate
1700s?
me. Oh, 1700s. No. I want to name prior 1700s. I want to name prior Europeans, please.
No, I'm asking you. I'm saying,
No, dude, I
Mr.
don't give a damn what was called in 1700s. I want
Mr.
something
Don Juan
prior
Carlos Castanedo
Europeans.
over here. I mean, come
No,
on.
again, I want to name prior to the 1700s. I don't give a damn
So
about what
okay,
was called when Europeans
where
were
does the
here.
word Sierra Madre come from?
Tierra Madre.
Who the fuck says it like that? But people that Count Dracula.
You don't
That's
speak
like a
Spanish.
baby.
You don't speak Spanish, bro. Ok, si tú hablas español,
Yeah.
entonces cambiemos a español.
Oh,
Me
see,
estás
hey,
diciendo que tú
we
hablas español.
busted, y'all. So wait.
¿Tú hablas español?
Spanish?
No,
What's the
no
real
hablas
name
ni
of Spanish?
mierda de español. Entonces, ¿para qué me preguntas de dónde sale Tierra Madre si no sabes de dónde coños
Exactly.
o qué significa esa palabra?
It's proved.
Tierra
It
Madre
proves my
or
point.
Mother Earth is just a generic
Esperanto
term.
proves my point.
Come on.
Everything he just said is Esperanto. Proves my damn point.
All right, hold on, y'all. Hold on. We got somebody new on the panel. Dan has a fun. What's going on?
I go on mute.
What up? What up, NAC? Thanks for having me on. Yeah, I just want to get at the dude over there just talking out the side of his neck about he keeps deflecting to the questions being asked to him. So what I'm trying to figure out is
You went out.
Your balls dropped.
Dan, the other son, you went out. Your mic went out. Lotus, they tired of you, Lotus, man.
got me.
Yeah, we hear you now. Go
All
ahead.
right. So my question is, how does he spell the language that his supposed ancestors speak, that which supposedly is originally from the lands that we live on right here, which they call America? What is the language that he speaks? Gayuanaga. How do you spell that? Because right now I'm gonna go ahead and look it up. If it's
If
an
my
actual
people
language,
speak it,
if it's an
I
actual
just started.
language, it should pop up.
I just said the Seneca language. You ever heard of that before? Part of Iroquois. Hello.
Can you spell? Can you spell that for us? Because I'm sure
S
we all
E
want to know.
N E C A.
What's that?
Seneca. Seneca. Ramon Beer. Hola, BC. Out in Lagos, Nigeria.
Lotus made that up because anytime you put OLA, that's going back to Africa.
Huh?
That ain't got nothing to do with Americas. That ain't got nothing to do with the Americas. So why you making shit up?
No, he's asking me about somebody that's a part of Lotus civilization. He just spelled it funny.
What y'all quiet for? What was the question?
Want something?
What was
Lotus isn't going to answer the question because he's making shit up.
I already gave it to him. He asked me for the name. I spelled it out for him. I'm waiting for him to come back with his research. He's doing something that y'all are terrible at doing. He's actually listening and going to look it up.
Lotus. Why would I go chase a lie?
Oh man, when I read the information on the Seneca language going back 10,000
You didn't
years,
read nothing.
everybody was all excited. I did it on Supreme Chief Holiday's channel.
You was a
Way
lie.
more views than what you got going. Way more views than what you got going, buddy. So that's old. Like that's done already. I already did the Seneca language videos already. Like I was gonna do some more, but I decided not to.
Lotus, stop lying, man. Goddamn, you just gonna keep on lying.
The videos are still on Supreme Chief Holiday.
Ain't nobody. Where the video
you
at?
lying in the video? They go find the video there. Oh, shit.
Where the video at, Lotus? Where the video at, Lotus?
It's on Supreme Chief Holiday channel. You go find it.
Where is the video, Lotus?
It's on Supreme Chief Holiday channel, Shampy.
You a fucking lie.
Okay.
Go get the video.
You go get the video.
Nah, go get it. You said you did it. Go get it.
Go to Supreme Chief Holiday channel.
Yeah, so you can't go get it, can you?
No, I'm not doing nothing.
No, you not. No. I'm not.
Speaking that QT Esperanto language.
Bro,
and y'all mad
you fucking full of shit. You ain't no but fucking lying ass.
The language
I ain't gonna.
It hurts. And y'all mad that I have Native American
That's what you do for a living, lie.
Who migrated
You
from
try to lie your
Russia
way into the
to
conversation so you
America,
can be a part of it.
and that hurts. I don't. What the hell, bro? I got a video with your name with over.
Lie your way into the conversation so you can be a part of it. That's a fact.
On my channel with your name
That's a
with
fact.
over 11,000 views, bro. I don't need to.
You never add to the discussion. You always lie your way in somewhere.
What are you talking about? I done busted out the.
You ain't nothing but a liar. You ain't bust out nothing. You ain't bust out nothing.
I did.
No, you didn't.
I didn't put Esperanto in the back. Esperanto was in the back.
You ain't did nothing.
Covering the whole damn South America.
Man, you don't know what you talking about. You don't know what you talking about.
And in Africa.
You don't know what you talking about. You don't know what you talking about.
Esperanto.
No, it don't.
Esperanto.
That means nothing. That means nothing.
It means
nothing. It has nothing to do with you or what you claim to be.
Linguistic knowledge.
What?
And I have. Y'all was
you ain't dodging Lotus.
when I debunked y'all. I didn't know I was studying every language. That's why that hurt.
Lotus.
I know it hurt.
Do you wanna reread what Rispinato means? Do you wanna reread it?
You don't even know how to pronounce it.
It don't matter. Do you wanna read it? Do you wanna reread it? Because you damn sure didn't go into the body of this wiki.
You read it, man. I know it hurts.
No, you read it. It's your source. You're here, fraud, man of the sun.
Oh, you big mad. You big mad. Okay.
You are, bro. You keep on putting up shit. You can't explain.
I got it right here, bro. I had it the whole time. I've just been looking at it, laughing. So let's see.
Okay.
What is.
Put it in. Put it up. Put it on the screen.
Nope.
Put it on the screen.
You
exactly.
Your own grades, buddy.
All right. Okay.
I'm gonna read it for you.
Fine. The nigga ain't reading shit. Not a coincidence.
He kicked me out.
Scroll down in that link right there on your screen.
Yeah, he did, man. Come on.
Scroll down the way.
To in the middle. Hold on, go to history. To the history. The second tab.
Right there. Scroll down. All right. Read that. Read no. Very top line. What it say?
Yeah, Esperanto was created in the late 1870s and early
All right.
1800s.
In the discussion.
Exactly. I said that to him already. Man. Shit don't make no goddamn sense.
He want to play games and all of that old shit. Okay, nigga, I'm gonna show you about your shit real quick, nigga. You see how fast that was? You was trying to talk like you had something. Yo, this nigga sound bad or is it me?
Yeah, because there was no such thing as Spanish until the 19th century.
Oh my! Until when?
There was no such thing as Spanish.
Until
People
when?
over there in Spain and Portugal.
Until when? Until when? Until when?
No, it was no Spanish. All languages with
I
it were
asked you a
created in the 19th
question.
century.
That's a lie.
You can't prove that shit. There was no such thing as
So how the fuck are we calling people the
until
Spanish?
The 20th century for one.
Until the 20th century. Okay, so now not a coincidence.
Yeah, the word Spanish. Yeah,
Go to the history of
They
Spanish.
didn't even use the word Spanish. It's called
Watch
Espa.
this.
They just used the word
Listen.
ESPA.
Watch
they
this.
changed it to Spanish.
Española is a location. The ESP that you're referring to, Española, is Spain.
Espa.
Bro, relax. Relax. We're gonna give you a history lesson. We're gonna give you a history lesson.
You want the language or the country?
The name.
No, the language. The language.
It's Espa.
Scroll.
In España. España.
Hold on, time my goddamn. I ain't gonna let this nigga fuck shit up. All right.
I was about to say that España is a ethnical term. The language that is being spoken here because of the Spaniards that came here is Castellano. And in Spain, there are at least 5 different languages, including the Gallego, Catalan.
Go to history now to see.
Euskera. So it's evident that Lotus has.
All right. So no. Stop real quick. 210 BC. Now bring this bitch ass nigga back. So how do you get the 19th century for some shit beginning in 210 BC?
Bro. I mean, British bitch ass nigga back, bro. You got fucking debunked. It wasn't no fucking Spanish.
All right. Okay. One more time. What did it say? Like the other Romance languages, the Spanish language evolved from Vulgar Latin, which was brought to Iberian Peninsula by the Romans during the Second Punic War, beginning in 210 BC. So the Spanish language, this Romance language, nigga, goes back to 210 BC. What you debunk, nigga?
Fuck them words. Click on the source. Click on that motherfucker.
Nigga, we looking at it.
Your ass fall dead.
It came
No,
from
that
the
ain't the
kingdom of
fucking source.
Aragon and
Click on
kingdom
the
of
fucking
Castile
number
when they
and
united.
go to the fucking source, bro.
When Isabella and Ferdinand got together, they created Spain.
210 BC. We can go to Romance languages. We can keep going because we all know it comes from Latin. We all know it comes from Latin. We all know it comes from Latin. Keep scrolling down, not a coincidence. Keep scrolling down, not a coincidence. Look at him. Look at his feelings hurt. The first, listen to what it says. The source says the first documents to show traces of what is today regarded as the precursor of modern Spanish are from the 9th century. Yeah. So the precursors that we know of the language today come from the 9th century. What are you talking about? It's on the screen.
Click on the number. No, it's not. Click on the number.
Okay.
I need the date.
We ain't done. We ain't done. We ain't done. We ain't done.
Esperanto predates whatever bullshit.
Oh my god. Bro, the Esperanto was just made up in the 19th century.
I got $1,000 on it right now. Esperanto.
Give me my money. Give me my money.
I got 1,000 on it right now.
Give me my money. Give me my money. Give me my money. I ain't even gotta leave wiki, nigga. Give me my money. Give me my money, nigga.
He's not showing the source.
Yeah, actually,
it's on the screen, nigga. Give me my money.
Source in the back again.
It's on the screen.
You go in the owe me just like Rob Bourne owes me. You owe me.
No, give me my money, motherfucker. Give me my money. was
1870.
created in the 19th century. So why the fuck is you talking about some shit when we know for a fact that Spanish evolved from Latin and that shit goes way back before all of that? So why is
No,
you playing
it
games, nigga?
evolved from Esperanto.
No, it didn't.
It evolved from Esperanto.
No,
And
it
Latin
didn't.
has a bunch of Beja
No,
words.
it didn't.
It has Beja words and Berber words
Spanish
in
is
it.
a
That shit is
okay. So
those
is it a
fucking
Romance
languages
language
were
or not,
fucking
nigga?
all languages were
Is it a
infiltrated in
Romance
fucking
language or not,
bro.
nigga?
All 19th century created languages.
Is it a Romance language or not?
There's no such
You
thing as a
just got
Romance language.
refuted. You just got
There's no
refuted.
such
Not a
thing as a
coincidence.
Romance
Can you click
language.
on Romance language, please?
Romance language is pseudo-linguistics. That is pseudo-linguistics.
Can you go to Romance language, please? We all know what it means.
Can you show me some physical literature?
It's right there
Show me
up on the
physical
history,
literature.
right there. Thank you.
I guarantee you can't show me any physical literature.
Can you zoom in? Can you zoom in just a little bit? Hold on. Let me go. Let me go ahead. I want my money. I want my money. I don't want to hear shit from you. Hold on one second. The Romance languages, also known as Latin or Neo-Latin languages, are the languages that are directly descended from Vulgar Latin. They are the only extant subgroup of the Italic branch of the Indo-European language family. The 5 most widely spoken Romance languages by number of native speakers are, look at the first one, fucking Spanish, which is the official language in Spain, most of Central and South America. Scroll down some more now to see. I ain't even got to get into all of them motherfuckers right there. Stop. Hold on. Go back up. Slow. Right there. The Romance languages spread throughout the globe owing to the period of European colonialism beginning in the 15th century. So these Romance languages spread in the 15th century, and we got Lotus over here trying to hand us some 19th century shit and then try to mask it and say that Spanish comes from Esperanto. Stop.
Yeah, I was just about
Let me
to
get
ask.
that bread.
All you got are some words, bro. Those are just words, bro. Go
Lotus.
click on the source, man. Click on the source. It's gonna be just like this Esperanto Romanian weirdo over here, Dracula sounding weirdo. It's gonna be something somebody wrote 20 years ago or 5 years ago.
Lotus,
Esperanto 1870s, bro.
What is your academic background?
From?
Lotus, what is your academic background?
It's gonna hurt.
Lotus, what is your academic background? Are you academic background? You're Romanian? So again, what is your academic background? Are you a major in linguistics? Have you studied linguistics? Because I have a major in linguistics. But hey, I think you're the type of people
go to number 1, not a coincidence. Scroll down and hit the number 1. Right there, right beside like that's out of the damn dictionary. Like, yeah, right there. So everything that he said out of the damn dictionary. So notice everything that you talk about predates all your arguments that you attempt to try to make. We're not slow or stupid, Lotus. We know you don't know what you're talking about. You like to muddy the water and troll in the process to divert the conversation from advancing because it puts you in a compromised position. None of us are slow. The only people that are slow are people like you and Vino. You don't have no life, you don't have no comprehension, and you don't know what to do. This nigga Vino talking about click on the numbers, nigga. I know what the fuck he's talking about. All you gotta do is go to the definition and the etymology, and it tells you what year the fucking language came about. If we're dealing with etymology, but we're not trying to commit a fallacy, which is what he's trying to do, so we ain't even gotta go that far. So when I simply sit here and tell you that this fucking language has been existing long before this shit that he just tried to propose, the conversation's over. There's nothing to talk about. Europeans brought the language with them. So what the fuck are you thinking is happening? Look at him change the conversation, bro. This nigga's the goddamn dumbest nut in the whole. Let me be quiet. I'm gonna bring this bitch ass nigga back.
I mean, to this day, he has no connection to that land. To this day. So what right does he have to try
Shut
to
your bitch ass
pretend
up.
like he does?
Oh, fuck off, motherfucker. My ancestors were in Kentucky doing their fucking thing forever,
Where they at
motherfucker.
now?
Man, chill,
No,
man.
Your
You
ass
are too
ain't
crazy, man.
from here, motherfucker.
Where are they
you're
now?
Nazi,
pretending, Lotus. You are
dick in
farce.
the booty
You're a
ass
scam.
motherfucker.
You're nothing more
You
than a
are a scam
pretending and a
Romanian
scam.
ass motherfucker.
You
Got
are
your
the
ass in the
scam.
Sesame Street
Stop
fucking
projecting
motherfucker.
on me. You are
Get
Grandma
your
the
dumb
said
ass
I'm
back
an
over there and fight for Ukraine,
Indian.
motherfucker. Where you really come from?
Grandma said I ain't no
Goofy ass
African.
motherfucker. And what did your grandma say, motherfucker? You sound retarded ass, tethering sounding
Hey,
ass
stop
to me.
lying on grandma, bro.
Yo, what your grandma say?
She said I was African.
Ah, thought so. Because that dumbass academia shit was not cracking in America.
Grandma
It
said
wasn't
I'm an
even fucking
African.
accepted until like the 1950s, really. Only
so
sellout coons were going along with the education system and knowledge that the AIU created, by the way, and the Royal Society created, by the way. So
look,
why would I go with
look.
academia created by the biggest liars on planet Earth?
We know
And why would
you're
y'all follow the fellows of the Royal Society?
we
Y'all
know
dumb as fuck.
you're graduated from the
Hey, that's
Dunning-Kruger
what I
effect
told Romanian
University.
motherfucker. Nobody asked dude from Sesame Street to count shit, bro.
Lotus, we know
Sit
you're
your ass in the
graduated
back
from the
and talk to somebody
Dunning-Kruger
else
Lotus,
like
you
a
keep on making up
ancestor
shit that you
from
don't even know what the fuck you talking about. If you
Nazi.
shut the fuck up and listen, then
Sit
you can
some
learn
dog
something.
breeding,
You sitting
bro.
over here just
You
talking
have
about
no
shit. You don't know nothing
linguistic
about it.
knowledge.
All you
That
keep on doing
Spanish
it. Nigga, you
gibberish
don't know
is
shit about
English.
linguistics. You just sit here and talk all the goddamn time. You just sit here and told us some niggas is believing some shit from a goddamn bullshit that you done made up in your fucking mind. And you trying to push it on people and you ain't never shown no evidence for it. So you look silly. Man, listen, I know you got to go deliver some food, but goddamn, quit wasting our time, bro. Get somebody up here that really want to get to the information, bro. We
We
tired of
got.
going in circles with this bitch ass nigga.
Hey, Sean, you saw how Smoke Signal ran from me in less than 2 questions?
Nah, he always gonna run. I missed it.
He ran like a little bitch. Smoke Signal right now is in his wonker circle, getting wanked. But I mean, he took the L.
That's all they know how to do is take L's. They full of shit.
Hey, Sean, I want to give you hats off to you too, bro. You do a good job at dispelling this nonsense, bro. I know NHC. I've told them he does a good job, and you do too. And my South
Appreciate it.
American brother does as well. But I wanted to give you, your flowers, Sean P. Not for nothing, bro.
Man, appreciate it. Just doing my part. I don't like lies. We ain't gotta steal nobody's history or make up nothing. Just deal with the facts, bro.
Yeah,
People that don't want to deal with the facts is the problem.
yeah, they're building their house on a thin sheet of ice. It's gonna collapse, and you're gonna go down, dude. It's not gonna be pretty. You have no foundation to build upon.
Yeah. That's how they get out though. It's been like that their whole life. And what's
Yeah,
bad is mother's an English teacher.
no, and you can see it. I asked Lotus in the back chat, Lotus, what is your academic background? And he responds, I don't believe in academia. Yeah, I can tell you graduated from the Dunning-Kruger University.
But I mean, look, there's men like us on here right now, right? Men who recognize where they come from and are proud of it, for better or worse. That's how it should be. You know what I mean? And you progress, you proceed accordingly with that. You know what I mean? And I think all of us here understand what that means, but they don't. They reach for the stars. That's my understanding anyway. That's what I see from everybody on here.
All right, so this whole notion of trying to confuse people and talk about languages and dates on languages and all of that is irrelevant. Um, and I say it's irrelevant only because it's not still telling you who a people is. We learn languages. We learn languages. Everybody learns them. So while we wasting our time on goose chases proposed by people who don't really study shit or know shit, we ain't gonna get nowhere. The simple fact is this: when you ask them how they come to the conclusion in which they say they come to, according to whatever the but fuck it is, they can't tell us. Yeah, I'm fixing some shit. Y'all, this school gonna come the fuck out.
Yo, even when he said he was telling the South American dude how he was trying to demean that his ancestors came from Spain in the boats. Yeah, they did. Yeah, those were our ancestors for better or worse. You know what I mean? So we're supposed to ignore the reality for what?
No, time out. Hold on. Ancestors came from what boats?
They came from the boats from Spain
Nah,
that were funded for the
they
exploration.
got taken to Spain.
Yeah.
What are
So
you
my
talking about?
ancestors,
They didn't come from Spain. They got taken to Spain.
so as the combination of an Afro-Indigenous, part of my ancestry comes because of the Atlantic slave trade, and the other part comes from the indigenous people that were here prior to the
Exactly,
Europeans.
and that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean.
Mhm.
Like I did a DNA test, right, bro? I'm 50 and roughly, right, 50% Spanish, 40% indigenous, and 10% West African, which makes sense. You know what I mean?
You can't say that on here. You can't say that to the wrong people, bro. Why is this shit so tight, bro?
No, I know the percentages don't like that.
Anyhow, I have to step off because tomorrow I gotta work and get shit done. But NAC, Sean, Wicked, thank you again for having me. The challenges out there for any of the Avos. The first question you could hear back uh, reviewing this video. And to Smoke, I knew you were going to run on the second. And to Lotus, stop being a pretendian. Start learning a little bit more and be a bit more academic and less Dunning-Kruger University type of thing. But again, pura vida, beshko woblava, as my people say, walk with your eyes open. Thank you.
Look at this whole ass nigga in the chat whining. Sean, you live in your day. You live in the what's going on with this Pan African projection Sephardic coincidence? Look at Tyrone. My sister got a degree from DeVry. She knows what she's talking about, not a coincidence. We told you to read the source back in 2017, and you didn't want to read it. You didn't want to read it. That's why you didn't read it. Boy, this mother don't want to do nothing. I'm going to change this right here. Sean, you get on my nerves, Sean. You piss my family off. My mom told you I'm not a liar. She said we both could be right. Your mom don't even know who the fuck she is. Fuck out of here. Sean, you get on my nerves. You try to make sure. Yo, now to see your boy in the chat. You want to let him on? Nope. I don't want to let them on either. Bitch ass Lotus. There you go. Talk like a hoe. There you go. If you ain't got no source, ain't no sense of you coming up, bro. We ain't talking to you without a source, bro. We ain't listening to you say what you think you is and none of that shit. Where your source at? Why is this motherfucker stripped in here, man? Fuck going on? I'm gonna have to.
Hey, Sean, did you say you don't believe in the like those DNA tests or whatever? Or did I
Who?
misunderstand you?
Who said that? That
No, I'm
wasn't me.
asking because yeah,
Nah, I fuck with DNA. That's what we made of.
right.
Our bodies comprised of all kind of shit. DNA, RNA. I ain't
Also,
stupid. I ain't failed biology. Niggas did.
also, you were saying that the pretendians wouldn't like that.
Yeah, they don't like shit like that.
They don't like facts.
When you refute them, nope, they don't. I can't even fix this shit because this shit's so fucked up.
Yeah. I saw when NAC did a guy OTK with that genealogy, and he ain't really like that.
Nah, I don't know no never like it. No, don't like it, bro. There's a reason why they don't like it.
Yo, y'all good? Everybody good?
Nah, we ain't good, bro. You tripping, bro.
What you mean, man?
We trying to get to it, bro. They asking you questions, you ain't even saying nothing.
Nah, I told you. I said I'll be right back. I had to step away.
Oh, okay.
Hey
Now you
man, I
had to
got a
step away and
question
shit.
for the. Hey, man, I got a
How about
question
people
for
be
the
having y'all
Indian.
doing
If
this
you
shit
ain't
with
got no
DNA, bro?
source, we ain't talking to you with no source, and we ain't answering none of your questions, bro.
Ain't nobody talking to
Straight up.
you, whole ass nigga. Shut up, nigga.
Yeah.
Hey, the
The only
Indian.
hoe ass nigga is you, nigga.
Hey, the
I'll be right back.
Indian.
I'll be right back. And
Hey,
let,
the
let me know
Indian.
get his shit off, man. Let me
Hey,
know get his
I mean,
shit
it's an
off.
Indian on here, huh?
Get him,
I
get
thought
him.
I heard an Indian on here.
You
Oh,
talking
okay,
no,
you
we talk.
ain't no Indian. So I got a question to these Indians since they say that they the descendants of Mayans. I want to know why and when did y'all start worshiping the black men?
I'm a descendant of the great
How do
bastard.
you figure? How do you figure we worship the brothers?
Yo, not a coincidence. We ain't doing this black man worship shit again, and this nigga ain't got no source, bro. We've been asking this nigga to show us the source of Indians worshiping black people, and he still ain't. He's had like a month. He's had a month to find a source, and he ain't got it, bro.
Right. But it's for the
But he
same
keep
reason.
asking questions.
Right. But it feels like it comes from the same place where this pretending shit comes from, right? That like trying to self-aggrandize oneself, right? Like, oh, those pyramids, we built them. You know what I mean? It feels like it anyway. I mean, think about that. Think about that statement, bro. When did y'all start worshiping the black man? Think about it. Who talks like that? Nobody talks like that, bro. But these, I said you bring him back up so we could laugh.
Oh, I had my mic on pause, yeah. Y'all tripping. Lucky, where you at? Pull up, Lucky. There you go. You know, you got two profiles in here. You need to delete one. And I hope on one of them you can share. What's up, Lucky? Where you at?
What's up with y'all? I'm on the way back to the house now. I'm about to be to the house in like 2 seconds.
All right. Yeah, we waging war tonight, nigga.
Who y'all beating up on today, man? Y'all beating up on V Note? Where he at?
I
He in the
don't
back?
know. Nah, you right there. I'm gonna bring this bitch ass up. I'm gonna bring this bitch ass up. That's what he's gonna act like. Vito, you on this profile? Say something. Vito.
So can you hear me?
Yeah, you got two profiles up.
All right,
I'm gonna boot. I'm gonna
all right,
boot
let me
one.
go in.
No. Keep talking. No, keep talking on this one. You on this one?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you.
All right, my bad. All right, yeah, I
Now,
was
where
saying
your
that the
source
other
at?
day. Yeah, the source is
Before we get started, where your source at?
yeah, the source is the Maya temple walls. Go to the
No, no,
painting.
no, 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 no. That's not how we. No. Where is your source? Drop the link to your source, please.
Uh, yeah, man, it's like I said, you gotta go to the Mayan paintings, and
Can you
at the
please
top of
just
the
drop your
painting,
source? No, don't tell us.
at the
Vino,
top of the
give us
paintings,
the
they got their
no, give us the
ancestors.
source. Vino, give us the source because now you going right. You doing the same shit again. We back to coloring people and trying to claim that these people are black because of some color.
Yeah, ain't no because of no color. The color of their skin ain't no because of no color.
No,
The
no,
color of the skin
no. How do
ain't
you
no
get
thing
okay? So how are you looking at a painting and determining that's the color of these people's skin? How?
because it's the color of their hands, they
No.
toes. Yeah, it's going all the way through, man.
What's the name of the source, bro?
The name of the source. Well, I gotta go to the watermark point on the YouTube video where the Yale professor is
That's a
saying,
watermark study.
well, I gotta go to I gotta go to whatever the point is on the video where the Yale professor uh is uh is
Now
explaining
the
that
and the Yale professor don't call them people black.
yeah, they black people.
No, the professor never say that these people are black people.
Yeah, we looking at the paintings, we
No,
know that we know that the nigga that look like this so or the nigga that say that he is an Indian, I know them niggas don't look like him. Yeah, the niggas don't look like them. So it's only another race. And you can't hate on that. I don't know if you're on
Vino,
mute or what. Okay.
Vino.
Oh yeah, well you good with I think you're on mute now, but you came back and now you gone. I can't hear you. Okay, now I can hear you.
The Yale professor never says that these people are black.
No, the Yale professor says that
No,
their
no, no,
ancestors
no, stop, 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 stop. Listen to what I'm saying. The professor never said that these people were black. So
the
how
Yale
are you? Hold on. One more time. Can you hear me? Can
yeah,
you hear me?
I'm finna explain to you if you just
No, no,
stop
I don't
asking
need
the
you
same
to. No,
you
no, no,
asking
no,
the
no,
same
no,
question.
no, no. I don't need you to explain it. Explain anything to me. The Yale professor, who you're referring to in a video, never said that these were black people. So how did you come to the conclusion that these were black people if that was never asserted in that presentation by the professor?
Because the people is black people in the paintings and they
No,
ancestors
one more
and
time.
they ancestors and they ancestors that they had painting that was they OGs was black
And how did you come to that conclusion?
because of the color of their skin and their hair.
I'm gonna say it one more time. How did you come to a conclusion on a painting? Bro, do you not understand?
Yeah,
On a
just like how
fucking
I can
painting.
look, just like how I can look at a photo of a girl and say if she ugly or pretty. Right now in the year 2024, I can go
How
to
can you do?
Facebook and I can
How
go
can
look
you
at a picture.
understand
I can go
the
look at a
pheno?
picture and say, okay, yeah,
How
this
can you
girl
draw
is
a
this. This
conclusion?
girl is a red
No,
bone.
no,
She a
bro.
yellow bone.
Hold
She
on,
a
bro.
chocolate
Hold
tone.
on.
I can
This
say
is what I'm
that
saying. This is what I'm saying. How the fuck can you come to the conclusion about the phenotypical appearance of a motherfucker that's painted, and you don't even know what the painting is resembling in a religious text?
it's not a religious text. It's they peoples. They depicted what was going on,
What's the
and they
name of the picture? What's the name of the picture? What's the source say?
yeah. And Benapar, you already know this the same place where they burnt it down because they figured out that they was worshiping the black man, but they
That
had
is
to
a
bring it
lie.
back to life.
That is a lie. That is a lie. That is a lie. You made it up.
The Spanish dude did. The
You
Spanish priest
made
did
it
burn
up.
it down.
No, you made it up. You said that they were worshiping a black man. You
They
made
were
it up.
worshiping the
There's
black
not a
man because
single
they
source.
OGs is black because they got the top with the ancestors.
Where is the source?
It's the Benapar temples, whatever that shit called.
No, no. Where is the information that told you that these were black people?
It ain't. Hey, the color of the people in the paintings,
No.
they not the color of
What
today's Mexicans.
information,
They not the color of today's so-called Indians.
information told you that these
The
were black
drawing,
people?
the drawing.
So how did you determine from a drawing that these were black people?
Yeah, man. The same way that I can go look at a Facebook picture and say that's a black person,
No, it's
or
not the
that's
same because
it's
a
the same thing.
Facebook picture is totally different than
It's
a
a picture.
goddamn painting from the 14 and 15 and
It's a picture.
1600s.
It's depicting something.
No,
It's a
it's
picture.
not. It's not a real depiction of who a people is in the
Also
14,
so
15,
now
and
what they did all back
1600s.
then was fake.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm being very specific with you. When you look at these depictions of shit on paintings on walls and temples, they're telling you if this is a religious text or if this is out in reality or whatever the case may be. If it's in a temple, it is a religious text. So when they depict certain colors, they distinguish these colors as being of something significant on the wall. So I'm
No, they
asking
was
you
just
again.
showing the color of the people at that time that was in those positions. That's it. You
No,
going way
you
too
are
pseudo. You going pseudo.
no. I don't do pseudo. I don't
You
do
going
pseudo.
pseudo
Prove it.
because you
Pull the source
saying
up.
that
Pull
because
the
you
source
saying
up. Nigga, you said the shit come from a temple. They ain't
it
putting
come from the
database shit in
temple, and they
temples.
said that the people at the top is their
What was the
ancestors.
significance? What was the significance of temples to the motherfuckers in Mesoamerica? Listen to yourself. You
I'm telling
sound
you.
stupid.
Yeah. What I'm telling you is that the drawing
No, you
got
can't
people
tell
in the
me a
drawings.
goddamn thing.
It's
That's the
people,
problem. You keep
it's
trying to
human
tell me some
beings,
shit you don't even
it's
know.
human
Nigga,
beings
you
in
do
the
not understand
drawings.
what a temple is
And
to
they
the mother.
dragging white people
Do
by their
you
hair too.
understand
You
the
know they dragging white
importance
people by
of a
you know they
I don't
dragging
give
white
a
people by
fuck.
their hair, right?
I don't give a fuck who they dragging.
Yeah.
They dragging each other too.
They
But
wasn't
what the
dragged,
fuck?
and they
I
was
don't
also
give a
dragging other
fuck.
black people too.
That's not the point. The
Yeah.
point is, nigga,
Where are
do you
these
know what
people at
this is?
today? Somebody told me that was on this page.
Alright. You're not listening. And I'm tired of talking over you. Because I'm asking you direct questions so that we can get the answer to it. And then if you don't know the answer, then I'm asking you a specific question so that you to see if you comprehend, and then we can further discussion. Because you are avoiding the questions that are being asked to you. Sit your ass in the back, nigga, where you can't say shit or be heard. Because it ain't that fucking difficult. I asked specifically, if you understood something in regard to the fucking people. Why would they distinguish themselves in certain pictures, painted a certain way? You don't know the answer to that. Oh, it's just black people. No, because in their religious text, they're telling you specifically why they paint themselves green, blue, brown, black, white, etc. They have it all watermarked to show an expression of something that has to do with their religious ceremonies and they're gonna say and tell me, no, that's their ancestors. They say they painted on the wall. Nigga, don't none of that shit say that in that Yale video or no source you ever read or seen. None of that say that. What they are depicting on them codexes and what's on those temple walls are religious ceremonies, festivals and shit. How the fuck you don't know this? We've been going through those sources. You got somebody up here trying to explain it to you, and your ass keep talking. Shut your bad breath having ass up and listen. You don't know what you're talking about. Then you run to the chat because you don't know what the hell you talking about. When I tell you that if it's in a temple, it's dealing with ceremonies, festivals, etc., sacrifices, etc., then you gotta understand that that's what the fuck it's talking about. You can't assume and make. You have to specifically understand that these people are dealing with some ritual things. So why would it be black? What's the significance of painting black and on those walls? It's going to tell you. And then when it tells you that, you have to adhere to it. And we already told you why they painted their goddamn self black. Because it was on some religious shit. There was someone with hierarchy and status talking amongst the gods and doing acts in the honor of the gods in these people's culture. But you want to sit here and spin the shit. We ain't got time for that. That's why you jumped off the panel. Because you don't know what the fuck you talking about. This motherfucker stopped 20 feet back, bro. Don't know what the fuck you talking about, bro. Simple ass conversations about shit. And you want to sit here and play games. Man, we too goddamn grown to be playing games. Fuck, these niggas is closed. Fuck. Hmm. All right. What's up with this nigga? Yo, this nigga tripping. This nigga tripping. I asked this nigga for a source, and he keep on saying, going back to the Yale video, which he never seen. And that professor never made the assertion that these were black people. He never denoted that. He never said that. And there's no source that's saying that. Oh, because they black. Look at the pain. They black. No, nigga. You don't even know what the fuck a black person is. Just making up more and more shit. Man, that motherfucker beyond delusional. Talking about he got a sword. No, you don't. I asked you for the source. You gonna say pull the paint up. Y'all heard that. What's the source? Pull the paint up. It's a painting in this video from YouTube, the professor from Yale. That's not a source. That's not a source. That ain't even on the hierarchy of sources. You can't use a motherfucking picture that man, and you don't even know the date of the picture. And you can't use that shit and then try to sit here and argue with us, telling us that this shit is this, that, and the third. How, nigga? How? How the fuck do you come to the conclusion? What up, Nada? I see what you got up here. You got the colors up here, don't you? You're on mute. Or you just put the shit up and walked away. Like we been knowing, bro. We know exactly what they mean by black, bro. And then you want to sit here and just try to change the game. I hope y'all see that on YouTube. Hold up. I'll make it bigger. I'll make it bigger. Full screen now. Boom. Black. The color of bad omens. Of the unknown. It is often compared with black corn. Black is what is that? Death. Black is death. The color where our dead rest. What's up, not to see? The embodiment of bad ideas. It symbolizes rest. That's what I'm saying, bro. They tell us in their culture what the colors depict. I don't know how we get to a point where we got to deal with this foolishness. Yo, you were saying something about opening that mic? Or was that you, Lucky? If you're talking, I can't hear nothing. Prove it. Prove it. We know every color that they use and the significance and the symbolism behind the colors that they use. They tell us. So now you prove that these are black people. You just call them black people. Prove it. Your best evidence is a picture. Somebody might go wicked. Exactly. You get in the chat and just get the type.
You don't understand, like simple stuff, bro. We've been quiet for a whole month. We ain't saying nothing to you suckers.
And it's the best y'all get 30 days
Yo.
later. I'm not see.
But you ran them all away?
Nah, he up over there
Well,
talking about looking at a picture.
I need to
Come
shut
on,
it
man.
down
I'm
though.
tired of that.
You heard me?
You what?
I need to shut it down. Or I'll get
Oh,
up
yeah,
out.
go ahead. Yeah, no thanks.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, we're gonna catch y'all next time. Everybody share, like the video. Share it to your favorite abo. You know, me, Sean, Lucky, we gonna put that work in. Lucky, what's good, man?
He on his way home.
I'm over here eating, man. You know what?
Yeah, I'm about to go do the same thing right now. Starving. Yeah, they got the same sauces, Jarrell. Same sauces. Took a break and everything. I ain't been live in a month. It was no real reason, just should be happening in life. There ain't no time. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to sort it out because we need to get back consistent. Y'all want to say something before we get up out of here?
Nah, you got it, bro.
All right. Yeah, we up out of here, y'all. Y'all be safe. Peace.
See, we're talking about Black and African Americans. We're not talking about this beef shit that we're on. We're not on this drama shit right now. We're on Aboriginal TV's channel talking about Pan-Africans throwing shots at the Aboriginals. A Pan-African came on here, our brother, that makes our shows live for real. I gotta say, all of us need to sneak together and throw this nigga $10 because he's one of the only Pan-African boo-boos that come up here and put up a fight. People that just come up here need to see that. They need to see an African, and they need to see an Indian, and they need to see the debate so they could choose a side. Not a coincidence is a major factor in this community, and people don't even know it. Goofy motherfuckers.